You're live.
It's been a while. No, it's not been.
What's up?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the return of the bet stream. OG viewers, OG. How long has it been? 7-8 months since September? Yeah, God.
Something like that.
God, we're getting old. Yeah, At the end of September, we did another live stream. Oh, we're on the just chatting mode right now, where it was me and Thomas also in the bed. I think it's like
we're in Tokyo in a hotel.
Yeah, in a hotel in Tokyo.
Hotel.
Is chat showing up? Can you open up OBS? Because I never know.
No.
Yeah, there should be a chat. I don't know why.
Where? I don't know how you're testing it.
Yeah, it should just be Streamlabs. Maybe it'll come in later. Sometimes it takes a little while. It should be fine. We'll see. If we can't get chat working, Thomas will figure it out.
Wait, really?
We can.
I don't know your setup.
We can swip to the Ninja thing. Worst case, I think that's installed as well. We'll see if chat shows up on screen. If not, I'm gonna just pull my phone so I can see, because I saw some people writing, "Hi Alessandro," for example. How are you doing? Who else? Sunflower Games and Jonathan as well. Can you meow? That is one of the donation goals. Give me $5 and I'll meow. Chat is up now.
Hey.
Yeah, it just takes some time now.
Damn, I got catfished by. What do you mean?
Rohan, the deal is simple. If you've seen the previous bet stream, these nipples don't come for free. I am here for
Why are you wearing a shirt? He will take it off if you stay long enough and there's enough donuts.
Yeah, we'll get there at a certain point. Why do you guys just objectify me, honestly? This is like the parasocial relationship part. So yeah, we did this originally with Tokyo Game Show. Yeah. Some benefits. Tokyo Game Show, we started at 5 in the morning, right?
Yeah, it was.
Now it's 5 in the afternoon, so you should be a lot more energetic.
Yeah, like when we started back for the first hour, I was like, just laying there. You were constantly talking. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
You were so dead.
And then we went, and then you went like for breakfast, and then we had like the weirdest breakfast ever.
It was so much as well.
Yeah, and then I think I came alive.
Yeah, a little bit
at least. Meow now. There we go.
Meow. I hope that was.
You got twice the fun because we both did it.
I hope that was worth it. Seamus.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the donation, indeed. So yeah, now we're together once again. This is kind of changes are coming for Bite Me, and we're right now on our what we call executive retreats. Yeah. So as you guys know, Thomas has been very hard to see the past few months because of the fact that he has a girlfriend. I finally managed to yank him away, basically, and we're now. One weekend, I have him all to myself to make sweet, sweet love to him. I don't know if his girlfriend is watching. I don't know if my girlfriend is watching this, to be honest, either. And we talked a lot about a lot of stuff. We'll dive into that later, because this is the line, like I said, the sound went off.
I think he's trying to scam
you. I'll be moving to Japan soon. So this is kind of the last time before I move. And then we'll see each other for Gamescom again.
This is the final goodbye.
The final goodbye. Like, we're still going to stream. You're going to stream soon. I'm going to keep streaming as well. Yeah, I remember the game stream.
Oh, yeah.
So in 2 weeks, Thomas is going to do a solo stream for the first time in a while. The mic doesn't like meows. I feel like, no. Are they the same girlfriend? Would you imagine?
Sharing.
You know, we had no, you never had him. There was a teacher at my school who... he and his best friend, they shared one girlfriend. It was very unique. Bro, I thought it was real for a second. Which part that we share? We only got one meow. Give me another meow, Thomas.
Meow.
That's good. William clipped that, by the way, and implemented in our game, because we're gonna have cats. But they're not the same girlfriend. What is that thumbnail? Daniel, stick around and you'll see why that thumbnail exists as well. Yeah,
disgusting.
The bet streams definitely do sometimes have.
I think they are very polarizing.
They're very polarizing, but I think they're very nice. They're very fun. We're just gonna chill. We're gonna talk about game development, what we've been thinking.
That was a beautiful meow. Thank you.
Thank you. So at least now we have confirmation that you guys did hear the meow.
Yeah.
God damn it. Is this what we're becoming? We're just becoming cat girls for money, basically. But then cat boys, I guess.
I mean, It pays the bills.
If it pays the bills, guys, Overtime Anomaly did not sell like we were expecting. Was that part of the reason why we're doing the bet streams? Maybe. We'll talk about money later because we had some other talking points as well.
Oh, we had a lot of talking points already.
Oh, do we?
No, I mean during the executive review.
Yeah, but I think things we want to include the audience in on, like for example,
all good.
We'll dive into it later. Yeah. So what have you been up to, Thomas? Because
when
it's been 2 weeks since we've seen each other. It's only been 2 weeks. Yeah, a little bit more, 2.5 weeks, I think, till we did the live stream.
Live stream?
Yeah, I remember we did the live stream for Rust Realm, our MMO one.
Oh,
that one we did together.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I'm working on a game called Artifacts of Condemned.
I don't know if we actually ever set the name.
Well,
but it got leaked regardless. No, it got leaked regardless. Bot stream.
Dono goal.
That's
the next Dono goal.
I don't have a bot up in.
You can use mine.
Oh, it's like a future stream. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, so working on a game called Artifacts of Condemned. It's a roguelite. It's a turn-based game where we try to have a focus on itemization, but with still some combat in it, where you have to utilize the items you buy. But yeah, I mean, we're not in production stage, I would say.
We're still prototype. But like not prototyping, but we're going towards like not like vertical slice like you go to a publisher. You guys are basically gonna become our publisher, kind of, and like we want to have a vertical slice to give that the clear go no go sign before we put stuff into like store page and whatever. Yeah.
So basically, the rough idea is next week somewhere. Yeah. I give a first build to William. William playtests it and of Market as well. And they playtest and they just give feedback, so I can like tweak the rough edges a bit more if there is feedback, which I assume there will be. And then a couple of days later, I hope to do it with the audience on a live stream. Yeah, where you guys can say, I like this part, I don't like this part. And honestly,
we want you guys to backseat develop us, basically.
It's basically backseat develop, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Will I listen to you? Maybe. I can't promise you that much.
But
we'll at least...
You'll be data points.
Yeah, you'll just be numbers where you'll be like... you'll just be numbers. That sounds horrible.
Yes, this is all... Guys, I actually see you as more than numbers.
Yeah, what I mean is like if 95% of you say you don't like it and 5% say I like it, it doesn't mean that I won't make it. Well, Revolver Over, if you really like the game
idea... I don't even know what the game idea still is to this date.
Well, if you like the game idea, make sure you join the stream. Yeah, and then...
it's gonna be the 20th of May, I think, is what we planned it on.
Yeah, I think we planned it for that.
Yeah.
I just need to double check if I actually can, but it's like, we estimated for somewhere that week at least.
Yeah.
Can I be number 5?
What does number 5 mean? He wants to be a number. I see, okay. Some comments that came in. Antonio Bailey Phillips, small games are great, but what genre is best for small games? I think horror is an easy one to throw at it. I think roguelites can be deceptively hard, because you're like, oh, I just need a replayable loop. Streamer-bait games, but this is speaking from personal experience, do not try to make a small management game. That just doesn't work. What are some other genres? I don't know. I will cancel my mother's birthday for the stream. That is a thing. What are some
priorities?
What are some other genres that you think are good for small games? What is a small game? That's also the thing.
Yeah.
Like, is it a year development time? Is it 3 months? Party games, I think party games are a bad genre, though. Because it's like, yeah, you can make a small game 2D platformer, but you don't want to make that.
I think they're a bad genre, but I don't think they would be small, because party games are almost always
multiplayer. Yeah.
Narrative-driven games, but...
No, because then it's linear.
How do you sell it?
It's very long development cycles as well. Like, what genre would you say? What genre would you say a short hike is? Because I feel like I had this idea for a cozy lumberjack game, kind of inspired by a short hike. This is not going to be made probably ever, but what's the genre? I don't know. It's kind of like narrative, I would say, short story. I guess it can work then. So I'm not sure.
Post-apocalypse trucker MMO.
There is a lot of work still there. Also, did you ever tell us how your desktop waifu game did? I think we only talked about it on Patreon for the bigger postmortem. I think right now we checked earlier, it's at $880. I think isn't a desktop idler can be a good small game. I think the problem is that the ship for desktop idlers, you're kind of too late right now, I would say. There was a really big festival, I think in January, the Idler Fest, And I think that is where most of the games, they got their big wishlist boost, but I think trying to market a true idler, that's what I call them, like the desktop idler games, it's going to be hard now. You basically have Next Fest and you just have to go viral on Reddit or X, but there are so many games coming out right now. I think, can you make them very quick? Yes, that's what we did. 2 weeks of dev time, basically.
Okay, so you said how much we earned. Do you think that's a success or not? We don't have to go into too much details because you have Patreon for that, of course. But
it's a low amount of money in the grand scheme of things, but we broke even on the development because we literally spent 2 weeks on it. So yeah, is it a lot? No, but it is something that stacks up for, at the end of the day, a prototype that we ended up polishing a bit more and then releasing.
No. Where can you see the scheduled Steam festivals?
You can see it on your Steam dashboard, or there is a link on partner.steamgames.com of like upcoming festivals normally.
There's yet another person saying that your t-shirt on. Maybe you should explain again how the system works.
So guys, look, this is the closest we'll get for now. Our games haven't performed that bad yet to an OnlyFans. This shirt goes off from a certain donation goal. I don't know the number yet, but we're gonna work our way in there. First, we're gonna crack open some cold ones.
Yeah, because he needs to be drunk before he does this.
You know, you need to lubricate before you go in. You can't just ram straight into the action because that's just, you know, I mean, you're game developers. You probably don't know, but that's not how it works. So,
what do you mean?
So we're going to we'll work into it. If you stay longer, we'll get there.
Are you
No. I still have standards. Basically, guys, I have a girlfriend, and my girlfriend was very clear to me. She's like, you can do the bet streams, but you need to get me sushi if you want to show me nipples, or like if you want to show the viewer nipples. That's the only requirement. So we'll get there later on. Everyone's like, t-shirt is all thumbnail light to me. Visual novels, you can kind of make that short-ish. If you need to be a good narrative designer, then I think you can, and you need art. I think art can take a lot of time because often visual novels, I think, would also have custom art as well. Mate, you don't do anywhere near enough calisthenics. What does this mean? I don't know. I'm gonna look like Piper Perry. There's only one guy here, luckily. Let's take a look. Yeah, I wouldn't open world narrative. Yeah, narrative games. Fishing mini games. There's a fishing festival coming up. That could be a thing. What quality of sushi? I don't think I can get her conveyor belt sushi.
That's $1 sushi. I wish we had $1. No, I don't wish it, but I know we don't have $1.
In Japan, I have it. Yeah, in Japan. So yeah. How do you get Thomas's girlfriend to agree to a looks like bet stream? How did you? I think you just told her tough luck.
No, I think I just told her. Yeah, I'll probably stream with Mardix. I didn't specify.
Then we're gonna do the bet stream.
Yeah, I don't think I specified that part.
It's bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's pretty chill.
Yeah, like art for a visual novel can take months, basically, as well. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna take a while. Yeah, I think we're also kind of shifting, or like we're gonna make a little bit longer games now. So I think the small games, if you're talking small, like Overtime Anomaly, Kyoto, that's Overtime Anomaly, but especially like Kyoto Anomaly, my virtual friend, like Unicycle Pizza Time, don't do 1 month. 1 month, honestly, is just dumb. Is what I've realized now. Not because you can't make a good game in a month. I mean, there are certain genres you just can't make in a month. But the thing that I'm starting to really miss now is all our marketing for Overtime Anomaly and Kyoto Anomaly basically is reliant on one influencer push, because that's all the time we have. If you have 1 month to develop the game and then release it, well, you better hope that you're gonna hit something. Yeah. Like people are going to like it. And yeah, I would rather do a better marketing flow for our next games of like, we have a demo, like we do Steam page marketing launch, we do demo launch, we do Next Fest, and then we do game launch where we have like more shots basically. And we have some game ideas that are going to be a bit bigger scope. When we say bigger scope, this is like 5 months.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months basically. But that's basically what we're looking at right now. So yeah, Jonathan Turner, we talked about the new prototype like literally 10 minutes ago. We're going to be doing a stream the 20th of May where we talk a bit deeper about it and all of that. So, yeah. I feel like you are still very quiet.
Aren't I always?
Yeah, my God.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you want me to talk about. If you say want me to talk about something, I can...
Just shoot the shit with the boys. That's what we're here for at the end of the day, right? We've looked at a previous stream at the analytics of our live viewers. Can you take a guess what the percentage is of female viewers on live streams? It's different than the main overall video viewers.
I would guess videos 3%.
It's 4 on videos, 4.5. It's pretty high now.
Pretty high, wow. And stream, I would say higher.
1.8%.
Okay, never mind.
So there's not a lot of this is the boys basically.
Okay.
For the most part.
If you're a girl, you can be part of the boys.
You're part of the boys, yeah.
Yeah, you're part of boys. Are we living in Sweden?
Also, Aligned and Seamus, both of you guys are wrong. Like Aligned's like, oh, you guys are in Sweden. No. Seamus, they're from Holland. Absolutely no. We're from Flanders. We're the better ones than the Dutch people, so to say. Since you made a vehicle MMO, when is a Space Dragon sci-fi MMO coming? Once I have a giant pile of money and I can spend a year on working on a game. And that's it. What game genre do you think you can make do easily, successfully, but have no drive to do actually? Okay, so this one is a two-part one.
I also think it depends on who you ask.
I have a cop-out answer. I think the cop-out answer of what can we make, purely the make part, easily, hyper-casual mobile games. We can make one a day. The problem is we can't market them because we don't have budget for that. In terms of other genres, we can make successfully but have no drive to do. I think more anomaly games for now. I'm kind of like, we can... That was one thing I talked about with William, for example. We're pretty good at making anomaly games right now. We have a framework for ourselves, basically. So now it's like, okay, do we make museum anomaly? Do we make laboratory anomaly? Whatever. I'm just kind of burnt out on them. Not like burnt out, but it's like, I need something else than just making slop for the piggies anomaly games, like new flavor of every 2 weeks do a release. That's just not what I want to do.
I also don't think that's what you envision the company to be like.
Yeah, I would prefer if we don't have to do that, basically.
Yeah, that's like a last resort if funds are like, yeah, we can't make one of our bigger games we don't have the funds or the
we
way
realize
to
we have a problem.
Realize it. It's like an intermediate to like have a bit more buffer again, for example.
Yeah. Because that's like one thing Gooder than you also says of like, are the devs of Bite Me working on their own projects or do you do co-op game development again? I think we're gonna stay on the separate path, no? Because like we never even considered for our next games, oh, we're gonna merge together again, like William and you work together. How does it feel for you? Because I also have some thoughts about it, but I want to see first, like, do you miss working with William? Because now, at the end of the day, you don't really have much overlap with what he does, right?
_0.
Why is the audio so stupid?
New 20 donation from Nicolette.
Is the audio like super slow for you guys as well? It was like very slow.
Oh, I was very confused what was happening.
Yeah, it was the text-to-speech. I'll put it a bit louder.
I was like, what am I hearing?
No, it was the text-to-speech.
Oh, wow, we immediately hit the goal as well.
Yeah,
2 donos at the same time.
Thank you very much, Alessandro and Nicoletta. You know what that means. Give me 1 second. I will go and get the...
It's easier to talk then, because when you're drunk...
Yeah, absolutely. Can you update
the... Scott for sure. It was also...
I don't know why. Can you update the Ko-fi goal?
How do I do that?
You go to Ko-fi.
I am on Ko-fi.
And you update the goal. You've done this before.
I don't remember, though. It's been ages since I streamed. You did it. Share this moment with your supporters. Well, you guys are our supporters, and thank you so much for the support. Wait. Edit goal. Set new goal.
Yeah. What are we doing, guys? How much for
your shirt?
Take off the shirts?
You're sitting on your phone.
Yeah, I know. My phone can handle it. I have a lot of...
I'll give them a $5 starting because they sent 25.
Yeah, okay. And let's do target amount.
How much? What is just? Hard.
How much?
Is the next zonal goal even stronger? How is Thomas' recovery from Monster going? I don't want to talk about it.
We'll skip that part for now. Let's say, is it too much? Last time we had like 100, I think, right?
Yeah, but last time was like 100 for you to take your shirt off.
Yeah, and we hit that.
You want to do it again?
I have to get my girlfriend sushi, guys. It's the only.
I don't think we will make it though.
Let's put it at 75.
Okay, 75, sure.
75.
75 buckaroos.
75.
What do you want to call it?
I don't know.
Shirtless Marnix.
Shirtless Marnix.
Wow. Does it auto update?
It should. I think maybe you have to swap scene for a second. We'll see.
Start new goal.
Like open. Can you open OBS?
OBS. Shirtless Marnix.
Oh, it updated. Great. Let's go. So let's talk.
Okay. So
brewskis. First brewskis.
Oh yeah,
we've got brewskis. Can you give me a description of the brewskis?
So, bro.
Thank you, Align Game, for the 70 South African rand. I have no idea what that converts to.
I have no idea. We should we add them?
Maybe, yeah. Let me see.
We also had a super chat, right?
Okay, that's €3.40. That's gonna
And then the 5.
And then the 5 from Can you add that?
Yeah, I'll add that as well.
Yeah.
Edit. So I'll make it then, or
no, you make like 13.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boom. Thank you so much.
Shakalaka.
So
we are from Belgium, not from the Netherlands. Why do you know that? Because we have good beer. You can't see this.
I've never drank this beer before.
Me neither. Oh. But
what is it?
This is traditional Belgian beer from Mechelen, Malin. You know the dogs that the police uses in like the United States and whatever? What are you looking at it?
Are they saying it's spicy, pale red, citrus, and subtly bitter?
Yeah, mine is refreshing, full-mouthed, whatever that means.
What are you giving me? Spicy beer.
Spicy.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll try it in a second.
Yeah, but before that, what were we talking about?
I don't. You wanted to talk about your monster, or you didn't want to talk about the monster?
I was not needed. But before the dono goal, we were talking about something.
What were we talking about, guys?
You guys remember?
I forgot. We'll get there eventually. Oh no, working together on games.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go back with?
Not necessarily.
Let's crack this open first.
Yeah, and with Chinga. Mom, if you're watching this, no worries. I won't be driving for the rest of the day.
No, that's a $200 dono goal. Is we do the car stream.
Can I smell yours?
Oh, you can smell mine.
I was like, smell it. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Nicoletta and Alessandro. This one's for you. Mine is a blonde beer. What's yours? You have a, I don't know, cucumber.
No, but it says cucumber.
Mine tastes.
It says a lot of things.
Mine tastes honestly pretty good. I have.
Like, you want to taste?
Let me.
Because I don't think it's that special.
Yeah, it feels like it's overselling itself.
Yeah.
I like my own more. You want to try it?
Sure.
We'll get there. Thank you.
What is it? Battelaar.
Battelaar.
Like both, it's fine.
Yeah. So, I like Kriek more, but I didn't prepare for this honestly on time.
It was like half an hour till stream, and we were like, "Oh, we should do some dono goals, maybe."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily feel like I have to work with William again because our styles are still so much different.
Yeah, like especially me now. I notice it now as well because I work with you and I work with William both, and it's different.
William is someone who really, really needs structure, and I'm more of a cowboy.
Yeah,
and that doesn't always vibe well, I think.
Yeah, I'm just making a list of like what people are saying.
So your questions down.
Yeah.
I'll send it in a second.
So don't worry, we'll get to your questions.
So in general, it's like I don't think we have to. Besides, the problem is William is working on the game 8 hours a day. Let's say I think he's working more lately. But then I come home from my main job and I open it, and by the time I realize all the work he has done, my day is over.
Yeah, there's a lot of time, like just and then you need to like almost do more stand-ups to like see what did you work on, what did I work on.
Yeah, so in general, William is now working on some code we can reuse in all our projects, and that's something I use. And we have like a weekly call or one-on-one where we talk about, hey, how are you feeling? But also he's like, I added this and this and this, and he tells me that, and still I don't know how everything works, obviously, because it's a lot of code that he's writing. But it's just so I have an idea, and I think that is a good way to go. Where I think if William can maintain our core components that we reuse, and I can use that, I think that's a very powerful combination.
How screwed do you think ByteMe? Because I thought about this honestly recently. How screwed do you think ByteMe would be if William got hit by a truck?
I don't think we would be screwed.
Okay, so it's not like, oh, you look at the ByteMe core code and it's like,
no.
Would we just go on without it again, or
no? I would probably just read it.
Okay, yeah.
Like I can understand code just fine. I just have to put in like the time to read it.
Yeah.
Like that's not a problem at all. And in general,
William is in chat. Someone has to work.
Someone has to work. And I think in general, I don't want to sound mean. William, I don't mean this in a bad way. Please don't take it like that. But William is the most replaceable in the team. Why I say that? If William falls away, that's also half of your expenses that drop away, and you have to earn less.
Yeah.
Well, okay, William is providing more. I think right now, code-wise, but William costs money, and I'm free.
Yeah, that's the one. But and I mean, you're not releasing anything right now.
Well, I'm working on it.
So
wait. Who made Rust Realm?
That's true. But William
Who made My Virtual Friend?
Me.
That's a lie.
I started.
But I reworked it.
I could have shipped My Virtual Friend.
Unicycle Pizza Time. I'm still the biggest earner in ByteMe. Just saying. Just saying. But for sure, it's like, I think that the hardest to replace would be you, because then you are guaranteed to lose YouTube and Patreon in the end.
Yeah. Do you occasionally do code reviews? I think we used to, but we just got rid of it because of the time and all of that as well. And there was another one. How do we share?
Of course, we could have made those things, William, but I could have made Overtime Anomaly. That's like that's not the point here. My point was more, you and I have similar profiles, and why are you more replaceable is because I'm free. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
If we both cost money, then it would be different. Huh?
Yeah. Also, one small question we can probably answer very quickly from Jonathan Turner. How do you manage your code between projects? Do you build packages? We have our own package repository, right? Internal one.
Yeah.
This was a pretty recent addition. How did we do Swiss code before? It was pretty bad, right? It just didn't get updates or anything.
Yeah, we just had like it before, and there were a lot of things that we did use, but not a lot at all.
Yeah. Rohan, I feel like William is underutilized though. I want to put him on bigger scope projects. That is the future. The problem is, the bigger scope projects only make sense if we could pay him long enough. Why aren't we naked? Because you haven't paid me enough money yet, Poseidon. That's what it comes down. I'm sure William did overtime on Overtime Anomaly as well. Yeah.
Yeah, William really grinded hard. Overtime Anomaly, I think he really went.
What about me? But yeah, he did.
You always did that.
Yeah, that's...
I think William really one-upped himself for that project, especially.
Yeah. Is he the best coder? There's different styles of code at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, if you're making a streamer-based game, let's say, it doesn't matter how beautiful your code is, perhaps. The code for Unicycle Pizza Time is objectively worse than Overtime Anomaly, let's say, because it was made in a month. But it's your players don't care about how beautiful your code is. They just care, is the game fun? And I think that's something that we often say.
Yeah, besides, there's no good way to rate code anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Code is super subjective.
The only thing I can tell you is that I do not write the best code. Yeah.
Yeah, William is for sure the cleanest coder. That's for sure.
My dude, you can't even write a single sentence without 3 typos in it. It's miserable to look at anything you write. Yeah. Some other questions we got from Aligned Games earlier on. Are we going to be making assets again? What do you think? Are we gonna make assets again? I don't
think it's the plan for now. We haven't really talked about it.
Because like we don't want to do code assets. That's one thing that we did talk about of like, oh, can we make our Swiss codes? Like that's the tools repository, make that an asset. The problem is twofold. One, I think code assets is just asking for a mistake. Like it's just you need to do so much support and porting and whatever. Whereas, if you have PNGs or 3D models, let's say, the amount of support is just way more limited.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is that it has a different design philosophy. Because right now it's written for us and it has like assets like feel, full screen editor, a whole bunch of like Odin, A-star,
we have
baked
like
into it.
We have wrappers around assets we use basically.
Yeah. So we're not planning immediately. I guess like we don't have good skills, I would say, either to wrap into assets basically.
Seamus keeps asking if 100 Williams could beat a gorilla.
I mean,
Williams in chat asking him, he was better than us.
Wait, there was another one. What happened to the space game, Marnix? It was just a prototype that I made in like 2 hours. There was no concrete plan on making it further.
Well, I'll tell you this. My code assets make good money. My 3D stuff doesn't.
But I feel like there's more support needed. And it's...
The thing is, I think for sure we could sell it. But the question is, it's very unknown as to how much support you have to give. Because there are a lot of people who are very new to game development.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I don't want to deal with.
And they were like, now you have to teach me Unity because I spent it.
Yeah. William, you should have more faith in yourself. I think like 5 of you can beat a gorilla. You're tall. That's important. Oh. Guys, how can I sell code to fund my game dev? LOL. Thank you, by the way, Vinicius, for the 2. I don't know what $R is. How can you sell code? There's a few ways, right? You can sell yourself.
That sounds really weird when you say it.
Like that, you can go but I would not suggest this, like the Fiverr route. There was a post on our game dev, I think earlier this week, of like some guy who had a post on our game dev of like, I will prototype your game for you on Fiverr for like 7 months and make nothing basically. I think that's miserable. You need to make code assets basically. And then coming up with those code assets is kind of hard. I would say selling code to fund your game dev. It's also engine specific immediately. It's gonna be make assets for your toolkits. Make an AI wrapper for Godot or something. Probably that exists already. But yeah, sell code to fund my game dev. Just get a software developer job. Yeah, like plugins for Unity. But I think it's really rough to sell on that. I think you need high quality stuff. This next game idea, 100 people versus Gila. Yeah, it's already done. There's one viewer in our Discord actually who's making that right now as well. And 3 emails for support a month. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like we still sell. I think the assets for Songs of Everjade. We paid like not that much money for them, I remember, because we just got them outsourced on Fiverr pretty cheaply. We've made $230 from that. I think we've broke even on that basically, which I think is fine. It's honestly better than expected. But I think, yeah, making games at the end of the day is going to be the best way to make larger amounts of money.
Do you think that?
Unless you're a cracked 3D artist. But if you're not a cracked 3D artist, I think it gets very hard. I think selling code assets, and the problem with code assets as well is that usually code assets only come from solving a problem. And you only know the problem you want to solve from, working on games yourself and then realizing, oh, this is kind of a shitty thing. Let me write a custom tool for it. And then see, do other people maybe have interest in this as well? I think just opening Unity and then being like, I'm going to make a tool now. You don't know what to make because most of the things, spoiler alert, it's like how many people have tried making the hierarchy in Unity? There are so many like better hierarchy editors of like, oh, you can now color code them or whatever. And it's like, yeah, if you just look at that and see it, it's like, oh, this is an easy one. It's like the AI bros making yet another to-do list app or yet another like habit tracker. It's been so overdone that you're probably not going to have a fighting chance standing out. So you need to make more in-depth stuff, I would say.
You give an example.
Make a better version of full screen editor. It's an asset for Unity. Assuming you're doing Unity, it's an asset that all it does is you press F10 and your game can go full screen in editor. We paid, well, not $20. We bought it on sale for $10. It's still such a basic feature, honestly, that is like, because there's a lot of like the asset isn't perfect either, I would say. So yeah. Yeah, how to make money without the working since the work doesn't work, since the work doesn't pay off. Question then is, what are you making? Because it's like you can spend your entire life or an entire year making a farming simulator where you work around crops and, I don't know, evolve them or something. Or you make a platformer or whatever, 2D platform, but it's like you're choosing the wrong vessel because you're making a genre that is inherently against you. Whereas, yeah, if you then, like, if you put the same amount of work into another genre, like, and this is assuming you want the money, like an open world survival crafting game, and you sell that for $20, you're gonna earn so much more, most likely, than from a 2D platformer. And then you have to kind of get rid for a part about the art side of game development. But if your question is, okay, I just want money from game development, then you need to kind of do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you think asset value? Yeah, this is a good one, actually. Asset value will drop off a cliff based on AI solutions. I can definitely see it to a certain degree with things like 3D models. It's not there anytime soon. Like Meshy and whatever, they're not great yet. They're pretty unoptimized, but inevitably in like a few years, they'll be fine. How do you think code assets for like Unity solutions, will they get impacted by AI?
I would assume yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think more and more people are just taking ChatGPT as their
yeah. So instead of
to learn things,
instead of buying like one of those framework assets.
Yeah, for sure. Because for example, if you look at ByteMe, I use Copilot for like a year or so already. William started using, I think, mostly Gemini. So, if we do it, others will do it as well. Like, why would that change? And there are a lot of things that we had assets for, and William is now, no, I'll just make it on my own. So we have our own version with Gemini.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But then that means you don't need the asset sale anymore if everyone starts thinking like that.
Yeah. It's also like kind of how instead of feel, like we needed feel for some buttons in our game. And it's like, yeah, instead of importing the full feel asset, I just wrote like some, like I asked ChatGPT to ask it. Clickbaited wear naked mornings. Gotta pay,
Look
boy.
At the dono goal.
Gotta pay, boy. We're not there yet. The problem aligned games with that idea of, here's the thing, I can ask $60 for an asset and make 5 sales a day, and my games make 5 sales a day at $5 USD. The problem is that there is inherently going to be a smaller market for like game development, like assets. There's more gamers than game developers. Like, how many game devs are there? Like, let's say 2 million. I'm just pulling out a number. 2 million possible people want to buy your assets. That is like less than 1% of how many people probably could buy one of your games, assuming you have a good game. So instead of just saying, oh, my games don't sell, so assets are better, now look at the question also like, why did your games not sell? Because like, yeah, you can, if you have a successful game, you sell 100 copies a day instead. So yeah.
Unity dots, I think, yeah, William is very hyped for this. I think if we ever make it for Unity 2,
it's gonna be dots.
It's gonna be dots.
There's...
And William can make that game as well. He's for sure best suited for that.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I don't like it. Second of all, I think in a larger scope project that is very mechanic driven, his style just works better.
Yeah.
Unless I'm interested. And
so you just want to make more unicycle pizza times?
No, I like what I'm working on now, and that's also very mechanic driven. Like everything I just said, I don't, but I like the game. That's the only difference.
You just like the game. Yeah.
For sure, that's...
So
please make it for Unity 2.
We have plans. We have an idea of what we would do. It's just money, guys. Why do you think I want to take off my shirt? Because the funding you give to see my nipples will go straight to Forge Industry 2's development.
Well, After...
after the fixed cost of giving my girlfriend sushi because I had to show my nipples on stream. And
after the next plan games.
Yeah, but you get the point. Those are things that right now we can't take the risks on. Because the game would never come out because we would bankrupt ourselves across the program. Yeah. So yeah, we have an idea for a Forge Industry 2.
Is Forge Industry 2 going to be multiplayer?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think it's a game that would benefit an awful lot for multiplayer.
I agree.
So...
But in Factorio you can do multiplayer, right?
Yeah, but we're not Factorio.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I think that's the main one.
Goddamn, is it extortion?
Well,
because you were talking about making Forge Industry. Like, no, first I need to take off my shirt because that's funding.
That's how it works, unfortunately. Another question, I think, speaking of Forge Industry, is like, what about Guild Architect?
I think that's been put in the freezer for a long time.
I think it's not in the freezer. I think the corpse has been rotting for so long now.
Yeah,
I don't think we will ever revisit.
I think the concept is still fun.
But I think a Forge Industry 2 would be a better move still.
For sure.
And I think it would be an easier to make fun game.
Who wants to make Guild Architect? I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to. I don't know if William wants to. Mm-hmm. But like for me, it's like if I have to work on it, it's fine. But it's not like I want to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So unless someone really wants to make it, it would be stupid, right?
Yeah. What would be the pitch for Forge Industry 2? We would keep
some concept.
The concept of workers walking around with spot finding and congestion would remain core. I think that's a really fun twist on traditional conveyor belts. What would change is we would have a more linear experience. I think this was something that we were like, oh, we need replayability. Let's add random world generation. Instead, we would add some sort of narrative to it. We would probably have trains. No, we will have trains. We're gonna make... There is no way...
You didn't get it in Forge Industry 1, so you're like...
Yeah.
Now I have to have trains.
So we have trains. That's the pitch. Forge Industry 2 has trains.
Okay.
That's all.
The only... I have a condition then.
We also will have fishing.
Before I want to green light the project. And that is, I want to see Unicycle Boy in there somehow.
You can craft the unicycle. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine for me. Just, I mean, UPT is the heart of Bite Me for some reason, which is kind of stupid.
For more different crafting lines. Yeah, like also one big problem that Forge Industry had is that every building kind of did the same. We would make it so that buildings have more uniqueness to them, like workstations. Because right now it's always like, just put item in, put maybe 2 items in and get third item out and no other thing. Thoughts on Unreal hate? Is there Unreal hate? I don't think there's a lot of Unreal hate, honestly.
Unless we missed something in the news. But
yeah. We're not planning on changing engine. Why? Disclosure, we get free Unity licenses because we're Unity insiders, because we're influencers. We have so much knowledge as well. I think once again, the cost right now, we cannot afford 3 months. Like we've never honestly been at a point where we can afford 3 months of just learning a new engine. We have so many assets now. It's called vendor lock-in, guys. We have like Feel, we have our own custom repositories. We're very deep in the sauce right now.
I don't think William knows C++. I don't know C++.
Yeah, and yeah, you can also do the visual thing, but also...
Yeah, I don't think either of us wants to do the visual thing either.
Yeah.
So, it fits our skill set, and of course it's vendor lock-in.
What's up, Peter? Also, why the hell are you awake? I feel like it's very late for you right now. I don't think we will have naked blacksmiths. That's the DLC. What was the game we were considering the underwear DLC for?
My Virtual Friend.
Magical Girl Guardians.
Really?
Wasn't it that one?
Oh yeah,
there was like both. A game where we were like considering, should we make like a $1 DLC?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll do it eventually, because yeah. Have you used any of the Unity Pro features? Not yet. I think honestly, no. Like the analytics, we have more analytics. I think the main reason why we would get it is because we're porting at some point to consoles. Hello, Nintendo. Please give us dev kits. Make them available. I want to give you money.
For Switch 2.
Yeah, for Switch 2.
Yeah.
When the Holy Mother of God is that thumbnail. Ray Costley, you clicked the button.
Yeah, I don't know what you came here for.
No, I don't know who's weirder, you or me. Now the question is, are you disappointed or happy that I'm wearing a shirt? Be honest with yourself.
Yeah. You can change it if you want.
Yeah. So I don't think Unreal would be better per se.
It's just different.
Yeah.
But like, what game would we have to make as a Bite Me where Unreal would actually be a better choice in your opinion?
I think anomaly horror games could look better, but then the question is, we could also just look into HDRP, for example.
Let's say like, just use HDRP,
mm-hmm.
and okay, maybe there are more bells and whistles for Unity, for Unreal.
Yeah.
But like, how I see Unreal, at least, I have never used it properly.
Everyone is disappointed, by the way.
It works well with the very big open worlds and asset streaming and real-time lights, all those things. Really cool, all of it. But we're not making a game like that.
Yeah, not yet.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe one day we'll make our own Claire Obscure Expedition 33 or whatever it is.
Turn-based game, by the way. Yeah?
Is it turn-based?
Yeah.
Well, you still need to...
It's a new take on the JRPG genre, and I also want to play it.
Yeah, you also want to play Metaphor Refantasio.
Oblivion Remastered.
Too bad.
I still want to finish 90% of Baldur's Gate.
We talked about, we're gonna, like, for Artifacts of the Condemned, we're gonna do stream rights, and then see, like, are we gonna do this, yes or no? If the answer is no, you're not gonna come up with a new game. You're just gonna play.
Yeah, there's a big chance that
you're just gonna be like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna go into my hole for 3 months.
So I finally have some time, and then you'll be like rushing to find a good game idea. And I'm like just muting you in Discord. It's like I'm just playing my games finally. I'm not saying that I 100% will do that.
So,
but I'm also saying that there's not a possibility that I will do that.
So you have to make sure that the game is going to be successful as well. How about a Belgian monastery brewery simulator? No, it already exists. I've seen it pass by a bunch of... I think it's already out even. I don't know the exact name, but a monastery beer brewing simulator already exists.
What is your favorite and most disappointing game made by a game dev content creator? This is yours.
My favorite and most disappointing.
Okay.
I honestly, there's no real game dev content creators that make games that I personally like, I would say.
Because of genre?
Yeah. Okay. Because everyone's making a roguelite, and my beloved genre, you guys know it. Boomer shooters. There's no boomer shooter game dev YouTubers, unfortunately.
Okay, so
worst game.
You've played Twisted Tower, right?
Oh, that was a.
Did you like it?
It was, yeah, probably the best one out of a viewer, out of a game dev YouTuber.
Have you played
Thronefall? I haven't.
Thronefall
no.
Is the next one I was going to say, like the big ones everyone knows. Have you played Carlson?
I didn't. I wasn't into game dev when Carlson like.
It's not really.
Oh, okay.
R.I.P. Danny.
Yeah, but he made like the crap game one. Like I never played crap game or whatever.
And let me think. What was your most disappointing one then?
I think the most disappointing one is not really a game that's out. It's just seeing game develop. I need to say a good answer. It's more about all of the unfinished games that just get dropped in favor of starting a new shiny devlog series that gets more views. I think that is Mrs. has made a boomer shooter, yeah, but that one isn't really. I don't count. Rod Flesh was not a game for me. So Ultra Kill is not made by a game dev YouTuber, or not really. I think that's more of the thing. It's like it's games like Dolphin or there's other games as well. There was this devlogger who made like a game about a tavern with Cinti assets and then worked on it for 2 years. There's so many games that just realistically will never get released, never see the light of day. And I think that is like...
Do you think...
You guys just want me to say Crop Illusion, don't you? There you go.
Is that really it?
I don't know. There are problems.
What is the...
I don't play a lot of bad YouTuber games then. I think Bridges and Docks was fine.
Bambi, or what it is called?
Boombi isn't out yet. It was Desktop Cat Cafe. Fine as well. I think Desktop Cat Cafe did pretty good. The Code Monkey game was also all right. Is it like earth-shattering? No, Dinky Guardians.
Dinky Guardians, yeah.
Is it earth-shatteringly good? No, but it wasn't like offensively bad.
Yeah, it was a good game, like, but not your cup of tea.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I think objectively, Crop Pollution is one of the worst games. Oh my god!
Did you just
like one of the worst games released by a YouTuber? But then the problem is also what you look at, because that wasn't on Steam. I'm counting Steam releases.
Okay,
let's say Steam releases, because then you can also look at games like, for example, Demon Daggers by Randy. Which, can you pull it up actually? You need to stream deck as well. So
yeah, but first.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, main.
Yeah,
I think, right?
Yeah, so this should update now.
Demon Daggers. Oh, you're just fingering your screen.
I think it's called Demon Daggers.
But it's not on Steam.
Devil Daggers?
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Maybe.
No. Look up Randy, maybe. I forgot the exact name.
Marnix, is this a game you played?
No, please don't put adult-only content on the.
Oh yeah.
On the stream. Randy, it was something Demon Knives. That was it. Can you blame me? Demon Daggers, Demon Knives.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think this game has 5 reviews. Does it look okay? It looks fine, but then the question is, this is earnings-wise, this game has made less than Crop Pollution. So are we judging on
financial success,
or are we doing gameplay? Gameplay is more subjective at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think
this is basically a 2D version of Demon Daggers, is kind of what it comes down to. But hey, the dude finally released a game, so
Thomas Randall.
Yeah. Why are both of you guys in bed, by the way? Because this is a bed stream.
Yeah, Linux Proton.
Is the game does it state that the game does run on Linux? No, since the requirement states it. And then go down. Randy actually responded. I want to look at his response. Because this sucks. Getting a negative review.
If that's just someone who...
Okay, currently broken. If it was announced that the game was not going to have Proton support, this
guy is an asshole.
Yeah.
Only then. If it was like, it was advertised as it works, then yeah, then no.
Yeah. When you move to Japan, are we going to get some Oceanic-friendly stream times? Absolutely, Lavros. Absolutely.
Another guy who's talking about Proton.
Why did he... This one also is about runs on Linux for me. 3 out of the 5 reviews talk about Linux.
Yeah, what? Why is so many... Like 60% of his reviews are Linux-based. What is this?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Most of the games that YouTube devs make feel like they do it for the sake of YouTubing, not developing the game. That's indeed a problem as well. And that's also why at a certain point, let's take a look at My Virtual Friend or Magical Girl Guardians even. Both of these games are audience hated, basically. And I think that's where we're like, we need to at some point tear apart for don't want to fully detach them, but it's like Bite Me Games, gamedev, and Bite Me Games YouTube should kind of become 2 separate business units, because right now they're very, very entwined. Mm-hmm. And I think that is like something that we should be able to do for ourselves, because I think we have some more games coming up
that are controversial.
That you guys, they're not controversial. They're going to do well. You guys are just going to hate them, I think.
Okay, the game you are talking about?
Yeah.
I won't spoil
it. No spoilers yet, because it's very early. I think
we'll perform worse with the audience and better sales bias than what I think our audience will like, Artifacts of the Condemned.
Yeah.
But I think it's way more niche.
Yeah.
I think we have like 2 opposites there. Where,
in terms of like audience reception.
Yeah, audience reception will be opposite. And I also think that the other one is a lot easier to market.
Yeah, definitely as well. No, it's not going to be a suck me game. No. The suck me game.
We're looking at quality.
Yeah.
Long, for us, long development cycle.
Yeah. I'm genuinely curious. Why do you make such weird games? I feel like we don't make.
What is weird?
Yeah, I feel like making an automation game is not weird. Making.
Well,
It's just a roguelike.
My virtual friends.
Because I wanted that. It's basically a tool for myself that I just wanted. We're not talking about Kyoto Anomaly.
Kyoto Anomaly is out of the question. Out of discussion, whatever.
Why are you moving to Japan? Because I have a girlfriend and she lives in Japan and I'm moving to live with her. And it's cheaper for me. I'm extending my runway by going to the land of anime waifus is what it comes down to basically.
He only hears bonuses.
Yeah, because it's cheaper to be there as well compared to Belgium. Man, what's your names?
He's Bob and I'm Jeffrey.
He's Thomas, I'm Marnix.
He's William. Keep going. No, okay, for real, I'm Thomas, he's Marnix.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you note down questions from earlier? You've already answered all of them.
We answered most of them. The Guild Architect one, I think we're not touching Guild Architect ever again.
I answered where I don't think any.
I think we also have games. We have other things that we would rather do as well.
Yeah. Epic licensing is very simple. You pay nothing. Yeah.
Living off your girlfriend. I'm not living off my girlfriend. It's just that rent in Japan is half of what it is in Belgium. Things like that. We do not rent office space. We just work from the same bed. So sometimes, like now it's weekend, so William isn't working. But like during the week, he comes in and like here in between us as well.
Sometimes in between. Sometimes I want to be in between them.
Yeah.
It depends on the mood.
Yeah. Do you see yourselves eventually setting into a particular genre?
No.
I think for now we're gonna keep hopping as well.
Okay. If you had to pick a genre, what would you choose?
Streamer bait. But I don't have good ideas right now. But I think if you're like gun to the head, you have to choose right now one genre. Only genre you can make for the rest of your life. I would go for the streamer bait games.
Okay.
Japan is cheaper to live at. It's still cheaper than Belgium, even in the city. It's not as cheap compared to it, but it's still pretty cheap compared to Belgium. Belgium is just disgustingly expensive over the last 5 years. Hop to a boomer shooter. A boomer shooter is like the game I would make, but because tastes differ, like I said, Thomas and William probably wouldn't enjoy making a boomer shooter as much.
No. Yeah, because like you guys always say it, and we always say it as well, but it's the first time that I've experienced it. Because what I mean with that is, we always say make a game you want to make, and I think there's a big difference in the effort I put into the games that I like and I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think William is a lot more. How do I say it?
He can make anything.
Yeah. Oh. I think he's like a lot more open-minded. He likes playing a lot of variety of games.
Yeah.
I have specific taste. I don't like William plays every goddamn game out there and he loves it.
Yeah.
And I play like a couple of games and that's it. So my tastes are a lot more niche. So where was I going?
You like to make games
so basically,
that you like.
Just make games you like. So if Marnix ever wants to make a
except if it's a 2D platformer, then just if you only like 2D platformers, just go and become, I don't know, a gardener or something.
Yeah. But so basically my point was, if you want to make a boomer shooter, I think you should be able to. But that only works if either William or me is also interested.
Yeah. And I think that's right now another thing. So
yeah. William is a Chad. You said that very correctly, Lucas.
Your dream game would probably be like a game like The Witcher 3, like an open world RPG.
Those are the games I enjoy playing the most.
It's not what you would like to make. If I give you $2 million tomorrow, and I say
it's not enough, probably.
$2 million is not enough. Okay,
to make something in the scope of Witcher.
Your dream game. I give you $10 million.
I would make an open world RPG.
Okay, you would not be like, oh, that's the games I like to play. Doesn't mean that, but then it's
I would attempt it.
Yeah,
I would fail probably. I would. I will never come close to anything that is The Witcher. Obviously.
Yeah.
But there is still something that That's a dream for me, or Bite Me in like 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever.
Yeah,
year.
once
I think
we've launched the Bitcoin
crypto. Like if you look at, for example, Larian, where they came from, I don't think that was their vision. But now they made Baldur's Gate 3. Like if we can do
Larian started making kids games.
Yeah.
So
if we can do something similar like that, I mean, I would be very happy. Mm-hmm. And I think we can be very proud of what we achieved already, but we can go further.
Yeah. What's wrong with 2D platformers? Just everything. Not exciting, not profitable, extremely hard to stand out, a lot of competition, very low prices that you can ask for it most of the time as well. Mm-hmm. Horror fishing ski MOBA. What? Horror fishing exists.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a really good low poly PSX style game where you fish on like a little horror boat and then the fish all look like so fucked up. That exists, just not in the ski and MOBA aspect. I think that makes it a different story.
I think you just drew 4 words together.
I think horror fishing works.
Yeah, but together with skiing, you're on snow. Where are you getting the water?
It's not Dredge. It's something I saw on Age.io, I think. Well, Dredge is like, I don't think Dredge is as much of a horror game, honestly. It's a first-person game, the one I'm thinking about. Everyone's like, Dredge. It is not Dredge.
Do you guys still play games?
Occasionally. I think William definitely does.
Yeah. I think he plays less than before, but still more than the average person.
Yeah.
I basically play League with you. And sometimes a couple of rounds of Arena.
Yeah. I play a tiny bit, but it's like I have so much other work to do at the end of the day. Horror.
There are a lot of games I want to play though.
Yeah. But it's like if we play them, then I'm gonna lose 2 months of development that the guy was gonna do.
Only 2?
It's probably more.
With all the games I mentioned, I'm probably good for like half a year.
Yeah, you're gone for half a year, and then it's like, yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, so Bite Me is bankrupt now.
Because Thomas has been enjoying Claire Obscure and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find the... Oh, it's called Morning Tide is the game I'm talking about. Like morning, not like sun morning, but like morning of like you're dying. Yeah. That's the game. Do they have pictures of the fucked up fish? They don't, unfortunately. Oh, they're on Steam as well. Can you pull them up?
What do you want?
Morning Tide. I want to see if they have... Wait, let me check if they have... They don't have the fucked up fish. They don't even have a trailer. You don't need to show it.
No? Okay.
There's not really much interesting on it. Yeah, wow, this is a miserable Steam page. Dude, no.
Make time. Yeah, it's hard to make time when you have a day job, an extra job, which is Bite Me, a girlfriend.
It's a big one, isn't it? I'm just kidding, my dear girlfriend. I love you so much. Thank you very much.
And then it's like, what time do you have left? All of those things.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
You guys already say I have big eye bags. I can't do even more.
Thank you, Volcanic. Enjoy your meal.
Enjoy dinner.
Earlier, I don't remember who it was, but they asked if we knew each other from school. Do we?
No, right? I know William.
I had one class with you, but you don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like networking. You don't remember me either.
Yeah, but I was like, I knew you were.
The reason
were special.
What do you mean special? I just knew my shit.
Yeah, but you were like done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
While the rest is like 2 hours.
It was amazing. So I studied computer science with a focus on networking, and they had like this thing like the labs classes, and they're like 4 hours. But I did all of the labs in like 1 hour. They were done, and then like the teacher comes and like, oh yeah, oh you're already done. I mean, I guess you can go home now. But I was like, it's too early. Like my train doesn't leave yet, so I just walked around a while to like help the other idiots like you probably of like, how can you not see this? What are you looking at?
Someone said you look like this.
I don't. How do we get it? But basically, I knew William and I knew Jamie.
For sure.
And then how did
Jamie knew me?
Yeah, but how did we start? Did it start by playing games together? Among Us?
No. So I hang out with Jamie quite a bit, and then we were like doing.
You were making your dating
together.
app?
No, yeah, and also, but that's beside the point.
No, is it?
Yeah, we had like a school project in Tigasbeek.
Oh yeah.
And then we basically had Jamie and I, and then we just took on William.
Yeah.
Because I don't think William knew us.
And then I knew Sander. Like we kind of knew, like we connected.
We knew a couple
Me
of people.
And William and Jamie knew each other, and then you and Jamie knew each other, and then we kind of just made the connection to each other. And then how did... Oh, because we knew each other then before, because I gave you the project in the third year, remember?
Yeah, you also gave a project.
So I think we just played League together.
Yeah.
This is a very long-winded story.
We met with the project. Then we did the project together. Then we played some League, and then at some point it was just like somehow it managed to be that we celebrated New Year's Eve at your place, and it's like
we make game.
We make game now.
Yeah, it has been 5 years at this point.
Is it 5?
Basically, 2020.
Holy crap!
Because remember?
Oh yeah,
it's
true.
During COVID.
Yeah.
Like you were, because 4 years. A little bit more than 4 years, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible.
So, yeah. Do your girlfriends play your games? Have you ever tried letting your girlfriend play yours?
Which should I let her play?
Kyoto Anomaly, maybe? That's probably the most normie-friendly one, and that's not too hard.
True.
I think Unicycle Pizza Time, it's gonna be hard control-wise.
I don't think she would like it. I don't think we've made any game that she would like.
Yeah. Mine wanted to try out my games, but
really?
Yeah, I don't know if she'll be good, because she's like, the only game she ever played was Animal Crossing on Switch. So we'll see how that one goes.
Like, I know she had a Nintendo DS when she was a kid.
Yeah, and she had a Switch because she's Japanese, so once you get born, you're given one. But yeah, I don't think they've really played it as much. We have very believe it or not, we do not have like quirky. Am I gonna get canceled for saying this? Like purple-haired gamer girls. We have very normal core girlfriends, and it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I really like that when I talk to her, I hear about the normal world and not the game dev world.
Yeah,
she's like talking about people and.
Do you think you would like it more if she knew about game? Like
no.
Yeah, right.
I really, really like that she's not into all of those things.
You like that she's normal.
Yeah, she's really normal. Like, she gets me out of that bubble of only being a game dev.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things we as ITers, like, you're a bit more normal already.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for example, I don't think we do a lot of cool things. Like, we don't. Most ITers don't visit lots of places, don't go out often, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, all right.
We go out now.
Yeah, we go to the beach now. It's like,
okay.
And then all of those things that I would probably never do on my own.
Yeah.
And I like that she brings me out of that comfort zone. And I also just like that when I talk about her, it's never about work.
Yeah, because
I like
she doesn't like
when we meet up, we often still talk about work.
All we talked about today is work.
No, that's not true.
No, that's true.
I asked a bit about Japan.
Yeah, and you also complained about your girlfriend for 2 hours, how she's so normal and she doesn't understand you.
True.
I'm gonna clip this and send this to her. No, but I have the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be as happy with someone, because then my brain would never turn off.
Yeah.
Because then it's always game development.
Yeah. Like, it sounds weird to say, but she's like the resting. Like,
she's the checkpoint.
Yeah, you work. You
she's
get
the
your
bonfire.
You just go there and you can just chillax. And next time, like, it doesn't matter what happens there. It's just like when you continue, that's all. Like, you relax.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's so horrible. How do you find normal girls? Any tips? You're the Casanova.
No, I'm not. No, you've done way more dates than me.
But
way more dates than me.
Okay, but how often did they end well? So how good am I to say that you need to give advice?
But it's a numbers game. It's about meeting.
How do you find them? Just keep looking.
Leave the house, and you will not find them at game developer conventions. Wait, let's see what else. What phone brand are you using? I'm using a Google Pixel 7.
I'm using a Google Pixel 8. We are very excited.
So yeah, we've known from school. So yeah, how to find Japanese girlfriend. Go to Japan, learn Japanese.
Yeah.
Don't think you can be one of those foreigners, I feel, who just walks in fresh off the plane and girls are gonna swarm you because you're a gaijin. I have bad news for you. The anime lied to you. It's not like isekai in real life. I need to set aside time for marketing a finished game rather than pushing games out as soon as they are done dev-wise. You commented not liking one marketing push for Kyoto anomaly. I think once a game is out, it's out for the most part. And I think going back and reviving games is hard. I think there is one exception, but that exception is a very big caveat. And that is if you can get your game featured on a daily deal on Steam. But for that to happen, you need to have earned a fuck ton of money to begin with. We're talking about multiple tens of thousands of dollars. I think that would be the one good point for UPT, is we get a daily deal, we do the construction update or whatever, we do an influencer push and do that. But you will never generate as much hype for a V1.1 release or a DLC release as your V1 launch. And that's kind of the hard part. Also, because the reviews are out. You're going to send the game to a reviewer or like a YouTuber, and they're going to look and it's like, oh, this is a 77% rated game, mostly positive. I can just talk about the new shiny stuff as well. Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, we're going to do that for the next games just in
That's
6.
why we want to do longer dev cycles, basically, because we only have one marketing beat to launch a game now, because we just dev too quick.
Yeah.
But to come back to the reviving a game, I think there's also another exception. If your genre allows you to. So what I mean with that is, for example, management games, like 4X games, maybe even automation games. I think those kind of games, they have a longer lifetime, and they also allow. Sometimes the people even expect you to have a long lifetime.
My counterpoint. Yeah. You launch in early access, and you will still get.
I think you should.
You will still get the biggest marketing beat at the V1 launch at the end of the day.
True.
Because what that allows you to do, if you have those successful games, like I think, I forgot. I think like Occupy Mars or something. It's like you build up the V0 launch to begin with, or like the early access launch, and then you have a giant ass, a fuck ton of players before you do the V1 launch, and then you can do stuff like getting the Steam banner because of the V1 launch and all of that. And that is kind of harder. We would not do early access though. Because I think early access is also like, early access for 6 months is dumb. Early access makes sense if you're making a game with a very good replayable loop. Open world games, survival games, crafting games, automation games, whatever. Those are not games that we're planning on making.
Forge Industry 2?
Like a Forge Industry 2 we could, but I don't know if it's something that we would want to do, because also we're so ADHD as well, of like, can we work 2 years on the same game?
Yeah.
2 years is a long ass time at the end of the day.
I think in general, early access worked for certain genres, and people overuse it to just playtest their game. A lot of people
or they use it as like an excuse to ship a game faster, and then like they start off with good intentions, but then the game gets like dropped or whatever.
Yeah. Usually the devs are like, I'm going to support it and release it, and I just have some money, and then they don't sell it. It's like, screw this.
It's like the devil's like, I have to go to prison now for 4 years. Yeah. I would say I've never taken the JLPT exams, because at the end of the day, there's a difference in, can you survive talking? I think I can. I can read kanji. Like, I can decipher them. I know the individual ones, but I can't read. Like, don't give me a sentence and be like, what does this say? Like, in like Japanese and all of that. So, yeah. I would say like around an N3.5, if that's a thing. Yeah, it's like you have to do like a relaunch basically as well for your game if you want to redo. There's like publishers. We met one of them, I think like 2 years ago on Gamescom or something, who focus on reviving dead games.
Oh yeah, I remember what you mean.
But I think called like Long Tail or something is what they're called. The problem is what they also just often did is they just took the original game down, put it back in the oven, and then just new Steam credit and everything for it, basically. And yeah, early access as well. If you have a bad early access launch, it's like awkward. Because then like 20 people bought your game and you kind of promised to them to release the game, but you're not making enough money to make the early access be worth it. Yeah. Yeah, we said we were going to do longer dev cycles. We're talking about like 6 months-ish, which means better marketing, hopefully, as well.
Yeah.
Doing a press release, doing demo launch, doing next fest wave, and then doing a full game release. Like 4 big marketing beats instead. And then some more stuff like along the way, probably. The Atari VCS, it's not something for us. I don't think it makes sense. If you would start making adult games, how would you explain the weird fetishes you would have to implement to family and viewers? I would not explain it. The simple answer, I would not explain it.
I mean, if they buy it, I mean, they know what they're into. Like, they're in for, sorry.
Yeah, but like your family, you're like, oh, your mom is like, oh, what are you working on, honey? Or you're asking like your girlfriend, who is very, I don't know, I'm assuming very normal core, vanilla coded, is like, oh, what game are you working on? I was like, yeah, I made this game where you have to hang up women. You think she's gonna like be like, oh, that's very nice, sweetie. We should try it out one time as well. Probably not.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't know your girlfriend. Hey, look, we don't share her, so yeah. Wait, what the... I think one interesting answer. You can be given any IP for free and use it to make a game. What IP would you like to make a game for? I'm assuming we also get infinite money.
You go first. I'm thinking.
I think I know your answer.
I don't think you know my answer.
I think you would... What if Riot Forge came back and they gave you a guaranteed pass to use their IP? Would you take it? Riot Forge is the League of Legends like IP
Indie,
publishing
yeah.
arm, yeah.
I would probably take it, but I don't know if that's my number one.
Mm-hmm.
What will you take?
I don't know. I was thinking about yours instead of mine.
That's not the question.
I would probably go for The Expanse. I think I would make a space game based on The Expanse. I think you do not know it, but it's like people in chat, The Expanse is hype. Please cheer me up. Warhammer, please say Warhammer. No, it's not Warhammer.
I think I'm doubting between the Elder Scrolls.
Is that an IP? It's
That's
like
an IP.
Yeah, because then I can also be like, oh, Call of Duty.
You could, yeah.
I don't know.
The Elder Scrolls or Dragon Age.
What if it is not a game? What if it's like a movie or a show? Let's take it like, and you can't say The Last of Us. It shouldn't be based on a game to begin with.
Yeah, not based on a game.
Because I think that's more interesting than just like, oh, I want to make an installment.
The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Lord of the Rings would be a good one. Yeah, obviously.
Because Harry Potter's been done.
Do you think Lord of the Rings would sell well though? Because like at the end of the day, Lord of the Rings is the basis for like every fantasy RPG. Do you think you could make it Lord of the Ringsy enough?
Yeah, for sure.
To do it? Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, you could say Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, Lord of the Rings games, but that's not what I mean.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, I would say.
Okay,
it's more
perfect.
like if you're saying The Last of Us because there's a The Last of Us game. Yeah.
No, I think it could for sure work.
Yeah.
Like, just because of the name, it's already massive.
Yeah, that's true. If you just say Lord of the Rings, like they have some games that come out, I think.
Yeah, but it's like mobile games.
No, there was one on Steam, I think. Can you look up like...
Oh, you mean the Golem? Yeah, but they are...
No, there's like the Shire or something, I think.
Oh, yeah, the Shire one, yeah. Yeah, that's the Stardew Valley one.
Tales of Shire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the
You're
kind
not
of game
sharing your screen.
Oh, yeah. This one is still...
Oh, it's not out yet.
No, but it looks pretty cool.
Oh.
It's like...
Oh, it's by Vita as well.
Yeah,
like...
it's basically Stardew Valley 3D. And
yeah. Can I... This is very... unique art. I don't know if I like this art, to be honest.
I would not. I would just make a real, actual RPG, open world set in that setting where you have to travel between the lands, where you actually visit parts of Mordor and
yeah,
all of those things.
Did you ever watch the The series, the one that came out, I forgot the name.
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power, yeah.
It's still on my watch list. Guess what? I also have a giant watch list, just like I have a giant 2 playlist.
You're gonna have to like play Oblivion, and then on your monitor next to you, you're gonna have to watch like all of your...
I want to change my answer where I won't be gone for 6 months, but an entire year.
An entire year.
A Dwarven Lord of the Rings game, Return to Moria. Oh.
Okay, so people do appreciate my expanse. Oh yeah, Return to Moria indeed. But they had like a weird thing of like they were first on Epic Game Store for a year exclusive. Mm. Yeah, it was a weird deal. They probably got a big pile of money for that.
Yeah, but like I would make a game like The Elder Scrolls or something in the Lord of the Rings setting.
Yeah. I was super disappointed in Rings of Power. Yeah, but it's like at least it showed more of... I think it had really cool world building. I think the writing wasn't great, but like the worlds, like looking at them, were very nice.
Beautiful, you mean?
Yeah, and like, you know, also shows more, because at the end of the day, Lord of the Rings is way more than what you see in the movies. Like the whole world.
The world, yeah.
But there's a difference between reading about it in one of the 50 million books or just seeing it. Yeah. I think there's like, you don't read, no, this is harder for you to say, I think, because you don't read as many books, right? You're a monkey. But it's like the difference between, I had this with The Expanse. I read the full Expanse books basically before the show came out. Like I think 5 books before the show started. And it's like, when you read something, you have your own idea, your own like implementation of this is how it would look, how I imagine it. But then looking at it through your eyeballs gives a different vibe, basically, of like, oh, I didn't imagine it like this, basically.
Old zines. You completely said it right.
Yeah.
Old zines.
Would you want to do a Star Wars? Oh, you're not into space, right? Because
Star Wars.
Star Wars is like the other big IP that I feel...
I like Star Wars.
Okay. Would you make a Star Wars game?
Sure.
Would you be a Force user or a non? Would it be like based on Jedi or not?
Yeah, you have to be.
I don't know. We saw like Mandalorian. Have you ever seen Andor, or is it on your watch list?
Andor is on my watch list. I've seen the Mandalorian. Which
yeah,
I think
because like Mandalorian you watch together is there's no lightsabers in there.
I mean, last season.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, but it's less of the focus.
Yeah,
so.
But I think if you want normie attraction and you want to distinguish yourself somehow, people love lightsabers. I think
a Star Wars city builder, does that exist?
Probably not. Maybe on mobile though.
Yeah, it's like Fallout Shelter and all of that.
Like, have you ever played the Force Unleashed?
No, I have never played a single Star Wars game.
That's like the only games I've played, like Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
I have no idea how Star Wars is, but I can tell you we are not getting Star Wars IP rights anytime soon.
You think so?
I'm very certain about it.
But we're like 3 guys.
Yeah.
Just sitting at home. Why would we not get one of the biggest IPs ever from Disney, who loves giving their IPs to people?
It's like the... Do you know the story? Okay, if you ever played Counter-Strike, Global Offensive.
Yes.
So in Counter-Strike, there is this weapon called the AWP, right? The sniper rifle. You know how that gun was made?
No.
It was made by... It's a really cool story, or like interesting one. It's made by 3 people in a garage. Like just 3 people who loved shooting, and they're like, we're gonna make the best gun ever. And then they submitted it to like one of the UK's proposals of like, oh, if you have guns to submit for the army, then submit it. And they got accepted. And then like one day they came in to like inspect their offices and whatever, because they needed to see like, oh yeah, how does it go? And they rented out a warehouse and stuff for one day to like pretend like they were a bigger operation, and they go for, I don't know if this is true or not, this part of like, they go for lunch with like the inspector, like, yeah, this is more of a formality. We just have to make sure you're not just 3 guys in a garage, even though they basically were. So that would be us if we pitched to LucasArts, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you can voice the Chewbacca dialogue though.
Can you do?
No. Yeah. Andor has horrible viewer ratings? I didn't know. I thought Andor had I actually felt like the ratings were really good, and I thought it kind of fell flat in places. Maybe that's my hot take.
So what would you pick then?
The Expanse. I would. Yeah, it's still like, I know there's a Telltale Expanse game, but I think that's it.
But I think most games already visited in a way, right? Even things like
at the end of the day, Expanse is just hard sci-fi. Yeah. There's like it's like Lord of the Rings and like an RPG. At the end of the day, they have a very high overlap.
It's something like Marvel, because the Avengers game did horribly anyway. Because it was live service.
I don't want to touch Marvel IP ever. I think.
Why?
I think that's just miserable. No.
I think it's really hard to implement all of those things properly.
Yeah, I think Disney is also one of the worst IP holders to work with.
Yeah, but Star Wars is also from Disney.
Yeah, but like it's not. I don't know. Maybe you go through Disney and then Marvel. I
have no clue, but either way, I don't think we'll be getting either.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be Artifacts of the Condemned, and if it's not, you're gonna have a year of inspiration gathering.
Yeah, I'll just do research.
Yeah.
Guys, you heard it here, by the way. He approves of this.
What? No. I don't know what I'm gonna make you do, but I'll make you make some streamer bait slop in the mines again. I had this dumb idea about a game, Children in the I think it was called something like They Yearn for the Mines. And it was a rage. This is very far. It was a rage game about children. That's all I remember. Oh well.
What? The children yearn for the mines. You want to make a rage game from it?
Yeah, it was something I don't know anymore.
It's a unique take.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, sometimes I have unique takes. It's like Seal Clubbing Simulator.
Oh, do people know of our next game?
Seal Clubbing Simulator was a viewer idea.
Oh.
And then I kind of just was like, hey, actually, this isn't a...
Yeah, it's actually a good idea.
And I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's unironically one of the less bad ideas our viewers have given us. This was something that I considered as a live stream, actually. Mm-hmm. I come in, 8 game ideas. And chat gets 10 minutes per game idea to help like refine it. And then we go March Madness style bracket. What game idea wins out of the 8 basically? I don't know if it would. It's still a stream that maybe I would do one day.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it would be fun, but then the thing is like, oh, what if we don't end up making the March Madness winner, so to say, the bracket winner? That is one thing that I don't know. Because yeah, we have like a bunch of dumb ideas at this point. I have like space ideas. I have seal clubbing games. We have a wide variety of stuff. Guys, give us some questions, please. It's very hard to be a live streamer. Interact with us. Ask us your deepest desires. What do you want to know about Thomas? This is the last time you're going to see Thomas. Give him some spicy...
That's not true.
It's going to be a lot... yeah, but like us together. Give him some spicy questions.
Or questions that I can ask to Marnik. That's also fine.
But give him spicy ones. But not like spicy game dev questions.
Mm-hmm. Had to double take on the thumbnail. You can make it a reality.
Human centipede. No. Because yeah.
You want to do a market research?
What do you mean? See what the viewers? How do you do market research?
Max.
Max. Oh, we can. Yeah, we can do it in a second if you want.
Sure.
Because people don't. Chat is just dead. What is maximum revenue potential not considering dev time? GTA?
That's very true. Yeah, I agree.
Thomas, how much do your nipples go for?
What?
Yeah.
I don't see that.
It's like I need to approve it, but the real Markiplier asks like, how much do your nipples go for? It's the dono goal after we hit my dono goal.
Yeah, first we need to hit his, and then we decide on the price.
Yeah.
Any Thomas leaks about his game? I mean, we already talked about it?
We talked about it earlier in the stream, and we talked about it in the second part of the MMO stream. The second half is no ad, basically. It's just us talking.
Yeah.
I just joined. It looks like Marnix has a black eye, and he says it's the last time we see Thomas. And they're together in bed. This may be... there's no game devs like us. They're not like us at the end of the day. Who else? Do you see Code Monkey doing a bad stream?
But that doesn't mean it's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
Just because no one is doing it.
You don't have a girlfriend, but I have a lot of action on VR chat. What do you guys thought about the VR chat platform? We kind of dove into that rabbit hole slightly with my virtual friend, no?
Yeah, we looked at
a lot of weird stuff.
Like a lot of models that we could use.
Noctilon, I think you just need to touch grass. That is, how would you feel if you had a child like Noctilon?
I don't know the guy.
Yeah, but he just, let's just say you have there's a guy from my class in high school who now spends, I would say, 13 to 15 hours a day in VR chat, because I can like see it on the Discord. He was always an odd one, I'll tell you that much, so I'm not surprised. But what if you had a son or daughter that just spent 15 hours a day on VR chat talking to online people?
Do you want my actual answer on that? Because it might be rude.
Yeah. Noctilon, you also did. I'm sorry.
VR chat is fine, but if you do it in the quantity that he's saying, 13 to 15 hours a day, I would probably go to a therapist.
But
the reason for that is I think it's a severe form of escapism.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you failed as a parent if your child ends up playing. Yeah. So, yeah.
I for sure think it's something like that.
Mm-hmm. Any chance Magical Girl Guardians is coming back? I think very low. I think we're too late. We're too late to the party now as well. One of the good things was that we were on track to be one of the first co-op survivor likes. By now, the Spell Brigade is out. It has just dominated the space, and I don't think we could make a game better than that.
You want to start a pet podcast with game devs? You fly over to Portugal, sit in the bed of Code Monkey while you interview him, and then you visit like each game dev around the world.
Hi Hugo, can I come and sit in your bed? And then we have a goal. Like shirt, you can choose shirtless or not. Up to you. Can you post Magical Girl Guardians on itch? No, because it's completely tied into Steam networking. So ripping that out also doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the only way we can release it is on Steam, but.
Would you ever do a live viewer call? No, never. That is just a mistake. What's the most embarrassing piece of code you have ever seen, Marlies? It's probably the piece of code Thomas wrote that has like 3 typos in it, and it's like 5 words. So
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I feel like I don't even need to give an example because there's like 5 different ones that probably fit that bill.
I think in general, my typos are pretty fine in Artifacts of the Content.
Yeah, because everything is AI generated now.
That's not true.
Really?
No.
You just tap complete because it knows what you want.
No.
No? Okay. Also, I don't know what it means, honestly, Shion. Have you ever thought of joining an indie studio circle? It got me thinking about Kepler Interactive because of Claire Obscure. What the hell is an indie studio circle? Is it like...
Sounds like a cult.
Yeah, it sounds like a fraternity for game developers or something.
I assume that's not what they mean.
I hope not. What's the cheesiest shortcut you've used in developing a game? Like something you shouldn't do in a release game, but did anyway. I feel like there's like 10 of those in Unicycle Pizza Time.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, you think everything was perfect?
I don't know if it's cheesy, it's just... I can't think of anything specific.
Really? We're just good programmers and yeah.
Yeah, I only make quality codes. I never rush anything.
Yeah. What IDE we use? We use JetBrains Rider. It's the only good choice. Would you recommend Patreon for crowdfunding or for game dev in general? Unless you're making an adult-only game, the answer to that one is no either. If Geoff Keighley wanted you to create a brand new game for his award show, what would you make? Wheelchair Pizza Time. I don't know. I feel like that's a very weird question. Why would I make a game specifically for Geoff Keighley?
I think they just mean you get a spot.
On
Saturday Night Live or whatever. No,
Opening Night Live.
Live.
Yeah. I would probably make a shitposty game.
Just for the memes, or?
I don't know. Just I think because we're not gonna be making a pretentious God of War alternative or whatever. Like a super deep narrative game and whatever. I would make a game with Cinti assets. And then just give that to them.
I would, no joke, submit Unicycle Pizza Time too.
Yeah. Like, it's something like that. Because that's what games are about. It's about having fun, and Unicycle Pizza Time is fun, so... Not too sure...
What is the most fun game we've ever made? In your opinion. In your opinion.
It's gonna be Unicycle Pizza Time, because horror is a different kind of fun at the end of the day, I would say. If you... Like, Unicycle Pizza Time is a multiplayer game as well. It's just fun to see your friends struggle.
Yeah. What is the best streamer game we ever made?
Yeah, you're just gonna ask questions to
ease
yourself.
Because, for example, I think Overtime Anomaly was also fine for streamers.
But Unicycle Pizza Time is better.
Yeah, true.
It's a streamer-bait game. It's in the name. Yeah.
Try to think of a category where it won't win. Okay.
Best horror game.
Yeah.
It's psychological horror.
Yeah, it's psychological horror.
Best single-player game.
You can also play it single player.
Best single-player exclusive game. We're going somewhere. I'm not sure about it, but I think Kepler Interactive is a group of indie studios that got together to get funds to make the game they like. Each studio stays independent from the group too. I have no idea how that works. I would probably join a cult before that. I don't know. But yeah.
So Noctil wants to make games in VR chat. Do they have like a platform like Fortnite?
Yeah, because it's kind of like Roblox. Yeah, like the UGC metaverse like content where you
have like in-game.
You can create mini games. You can create like custom clothes. Because at the end of the day, it's just Unity. VR chat is like very
I know it's
Unity,
because all of those things all of the models you get for VR chat is just Unity model import packages.
Can you look up the Patreon for Squid Shock games? I think it's Squid Shock.
First open it before you show it on stream.
Yeah, and then you need to look up their Patreon. I think you may need to Google it on Patreon, like Squid Shock Games, and then Patreon. Do they still even have it open? They may have shut it down. No,
I know the game though.
Yeah, they have a Patreon. They have 36. Ready? Yeah, it's fine. They have 36 paid members. This is a game that has made millions, I think, at this point. Patreon is not worth it. Like, even for us, sometimes you can ask yourself the question, is Patreon worth it for us? If it's not worth it for all age games, because the Patreon model just doesn't work. People hate subscriptions. I can't get people to pay $10 to get like 80 bonus videos. So getting a Patreon, and it's for the most part not worth it. I don't know what makes it work for adult-only games. I genuinely don't know, but I can tell you it does not really work well for regular games. I have no idea what these things are. You can go back if you want. I just wanted to show, like, they do not have a lot of... Will Bite Me Games ever make an L game? No. It would be on our spin-off brand, Suck Me Games.
Would you ever do a Pokemon Go like UPT Go? You need to collect guys on unicycles, or what do you mean? It's so stupid.
I have no idea.
Is that our first mobile game?
I feel like the Go part is Have you guys seen? Have you heard about the Palworld lawsuit updates?
No.
Welcome everybody to another Byte stream. We've got some great news for you because Palworld just got some more impact. Can you look up like Palworld Pokemon Go updates? XD everything up. Palworld has gotten some updates. We've talked about this in a previous Byte stream about how Palworld, very famous game, like often counted as Pokemon with guns, was hit by a lawsuit strike by, not Pokemon Go, just Palworld Pokemon lawsuit. And an update, yeah.
2 days ago.
Go lower, probably fine, like let's go for
this.
Yeah, one of them. It should be fine. Basically, after their massive bag of money they collected, Nintendo saw that and was like, hey, fuck you, we want to be scumbags, because that's what they're good at. They were going to sue the developer. Can you, like, open it? This is miserable. I think this is from their XD Everything app, indeed. So, okay, we're sharing the screen. Basically, in a previous update, Palworld developers removed the ability to throw balls, and the pals spawned upon there. Instead, they spawned next to you. Now they pushed a new update where no longer you can ride Pokemon for flying. And instead it's been replaced by a more basic glider. and the pals just have to be in the inventory because once again, removed summon with pal spheres and changed it to static summon text. And then now as well, gliding will be performed using a glider rather than pals. I don't know what the point is here, but it sucks. And yeah, I think this is just forum people who have no idea what stuff is going on. But basically, Pal World has the money to fight back. No indie developer has the money to fight back, basically. You're still scaring your screen? Mm-hmm. Okay. No, you can. I don't know if you were looking for something specific. Which does it's boys' night. Absolutely mean mole. My grandma just sent me a message. Hi, Grandma. She's watching this. She's like, is it cold? Why are you under a blanket?
Oh, it's very hot. I'm actually melting.
Me slightly. Oh, yeah, you have the laptop.
Yeah, the laptop is like hot as well.
Yeah. So Nintendo is like, it's such a weird company. Because their games are like very, very loved. But then, other tech-related news. They also want to they updated their terms and conditions, like to get ready for Switch 2, I assume. You can no longer, like if you agree to them, you can't like do class action lawsuits against them anymore. Like you waive your right out of it, and they can also they give themselves the right to like remotely brick your Switch console if you do anything unauthorized with it. Basically, you wanna try what is it called? Homebrew it.
Homebrew.
Yeah. But they also made Mario and Animal Crossing and Zelda. And that's like
Pokemon.
That's like a big thing of like, oh yeah, Nintendo is an evil company and everyone just keeps buying it. So it's like, what does anything really mean still? Yeah. So yeah, I would not advertise Patreon on our games at least.
Do you think, I see someone say something like, hey, it's because it's a Japanese company. Do you think it's because a Japanese and a Japanese company both? Because they are both Japanese,
It makes it easier to do the suit.
Yeah, because for example, if we release...
No, because they've gone just as hard on like the people who did like ROMs and whatever.
I think
there is no place on earth where Nintendo will not find you.
That's also true.
Basically.
Now you will be... You will get a lawsuit for like what is it? Defamation.
Defamation. Yeah, you know, in Japan, defamation lawsuits, even if it's true, you still can get sued for defamation. So you're like, oh, this company kills 10 babies every day, and they actually do it. They will still sue you for defamation. Whereas in like Belgium or like any other country, if it's true that they killed 10 babies, it's like, yeah, you can't get a lawsuit for that because it's true. So yeah. Pokemon is a poor person's Pal World. Yeah, it's like, when was the last good Pokemon game? So, yeah. Yeah, Asian companies are built different, I guess, in that regard as well.
And we will have to compete with them at some point. We will become bigger as Nintendo, so...
Would you ever want to make your own game console?
That's
unexpected, I see.
Yeah, sure. Let's make a game console with our 10k funds that we have in our bank. No, but
what would you make if you had to reinvent the game console? Would you make something handheld? Would you make something more sit-downy?
I'm not sure what could be made right now. What I mean with that is, I think more and more we're moving past the
Would
idea
you go
of...
VR?
No. Like, you have to have something truly revolutionary then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think you can compete... Like, I think more and more the idea of game consoles will fade. I don't think it's surviving another 2 generations, for example.
Ooh. You
it's
think
more
so?
and more a PC already.
But you say that. But what about, like, the 45-year-old dude in the US called Darren, who just wants to play NBA 2K and yell slurs all day?
True.
I think the console will always have a place in his heart. Because they don't want to use a PC, and Mac still? A lot of people use Mac.
I think you will just get a SteamOS running client.
Basically a wrapper for... Yeah. What about a gaming watch?
Bruh.
No.
Like, in general, I think I don't think it will last another 2 generations. So I mean, in 10 years,
yeah, that's still like a long time. I think also the like time between generations keeps getting closer, right?
Because like if you look at like how the past has gone, more and more every generation, your console is a PC.
Yeah,
they don't do custom hardware anymore.
That's the thing as well. Why like emulating PS4 games or like it's harder to emulate PS3 or like Wii
because that was custom.
Yeah, because it was like not just x86.
And I think more and more you will like go there, and I don't see that changing. And at the end, I think it's just down to software. And the only difference is that that you could have maybe, but I think Microsoft will just dominate the space. Is where they subsidize things.
Yeah.
So your console is cheap, but then your games are more expensive.
But then you need fuck tons of money indeed. Yeah. Good morning, Uton as well. Oh, can you update Ko-fi to include it as well?
Thank you very much.
So it's like 22 extra. So make it 35. We're over halfway there. Let's go. Thank you very much, Carrie. Are there any interesting game mechanics you have considered building a game around? I have. But how I'm going to implement it, it's going to be a fuck ton of mod. I've told you this, right? The space game.
Oh, yeah.
Where I want to use I think this is a really good concept in like sci-fi. You're going to zone out probably if you don't like sci-fi. Of faster than light transportation.
I can't put my head anywhere properly.
In a combat setting. Where you kind of have this unknown, because sensors, like the dude actually just fell asleep, goes, like if you have a radar, for example, it goes at the speed of light, because that's how radars work. But if you have faster than light technology where you can like just teleport, let's say, what is stopping, like you have that balance of, okay, you want to go in, you can go in blind and have no information, but you can be there snap instantly, or you can wait, get closer. Like the closer you are to the enemy, the faster updates you'll get from the radars and whatever, because it moves at speed of light. But there's like that trade-off, basically. How to implement this? I have no idea, but I think it could be a really cool combat mechanic that I don't think has been done. And I would do it very hardcore, because what that means as well is it would use realistic speeds. Realistic relativistic speeds of you're going like fractional amounts of the speed of light. So you have to plan your attacks in advance. You basically say, okay, I'm going to assume the person is there. I'm going to jump in kind of parallel to him. I have a 3-second firing overlap where I am within 10,000 kilometers of him, which is like 6,000 miles for the Americans. And then you're out of weapons envelope range again. So you need to plan in advance. This is where I think he's going to be. This is the things I want to do. And this is where I want to jump after, let's say, if shit hits the fan, if things aren't right. And then you give yourself like 3-4 options, like your jump options, whatever. And then you go in and the fight has already kind of been configured before you jump in because of that like intelligence gathering state. This is hella... I feel like this is kind of complex already to...
I really wasn't paying attention.
It's fine, yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
You started with like all of those terms. I was like, yeah, it's not for me, bro.
You're like, I just want Witcher.
Yeah.
Have sword.
Marnix discovers Battleship.
It's like, it's not a game in. I don't think it's like a video game yet. That's the thing. It's I guess the Battleship. No, I don't think so. FTL economics is a subgenre. Yeah. Have you ever considered a different horror game types instead of anomalies, like something like Outlast? Like, yeah.
There was a brief moment in time.
Really?
Where we were working on a horror game.
Wheelie Terror? that was such a weird game, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it much.
Yeah.
But like after UPT, we were like, let's make something else.
And we need a wheelchair game.
Yeah, it was like, we won't just want to make wheelchair pizza time like we've always joked about. It was like, we'll make a wheelchair horror game.
Yeah, where the idea is like you're stuck in like an asylum and your legs have been like paralyzed or something because the mad doctor wants to chop you up into pieces, but you have a wheelchair and you need to like get away from him because he chases you whilst riding. Honestly, one of our weirder game ideas. I think Seal Clubbing Simulator is a more sane game idea.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, we didn't spend too much time on it because we were like, what are we actually doing?
It's like, look, this is not it. The controls were also bad.
Yeah, we were like 2 days and it was like,
no, I think like 2 weeks before
Really?
we ended up canceling. Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow. Damn.
No Plan B has a similar mechanic. Is it a space game? Because it would also be in 3D space. That's another thing, like a lot of games, space-based sci-fi games, they have just 2D. I want it to be 3D, which is the prototype I once made. But that also has a lot of problems with it. No Plan B. This is a very different game, I think. Oh, this is just yeah, this is a very different game, I would say. Oh, and they're using Cinti assets. You just pull it up on stream, maybe.
Yeah, sure. What was it called?
No Plan B. Which is also a campaign from the American Republicans against abortion.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Cinti.
Yeah, this is very much Cinti, but with post-processing. So I guess this is also like you plan the raid in advance. I think it's still different because it's like you can... Wow, they just even have the default TextMesh Pro font for their headers. Yeah. Any book recommendations? Depends on what you're looking for, Danny dear. Do you want fiction or non-fiction?
46 screenshots.
Holy shit, that's a lot of screenshots.
Yeah, I was like, am I at the end?
Oh, they just have every character screenshots as well. Why do you have so many screenshots of Cinti characters?
Lots of content, I guess. Oh, and then reskins as well.
Yeah, that's questionable. FNAF type horror could be easy to make. I think the problem there is like I don't really know what I would want from it. Non-fiction. Ooh. Non-fiction. I have a lot. Let me open my Goodreads. What are some of my favorite Goodreads non-fiction books?
Can you search reviews?
I don't know.
Or like
something
in that, yeah?
I don't think so.
I want to search for Cinti or something.
No, I don't think you're gonna find anything. If you want non-fiction, probably... If it's game development related, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels by Jason Schreier. If you want more game dev related, I also enjoyed Sid Meier's memoir. If you want non-game dev related, weird one maybe. Feng Shui Modern is a really good book, honestly, that all of you boys could use, by Cliff Dan. Talks about how to do your thing. Can't Hurt Me was a really good book, I think, from David Goggins. Taking a look at some other ones. I have a lot of fiction, my god. Brian Tracy's Psychology of Selling. Old head's book, but I really think this was a really good one for life in general. I think those are my main ones. Yeah. Stolen Focus is also one of my really favorite ones. If you care about like... This is already... It came out 2022, right before brain rot became a real thing, but it talks more about like why attention spans are so fucked up, basically. I think it's a really depressing but good book about life and the current society.
What were you talking about?
The guy wanted book reviews for non-fiction books.
It was a joke because you were like on like low attention spans. I was paying attention.
Send help, please.
This is what he has to deal with. I'm sorry.
You want to ask the question?
What question?
The Max question?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You get to frame it. I'm gonna drink more alcohol.
Is it that depressing? All right, guys. So, as you guys know...
We've talked about this before.
We've talked about this before sometimes, but we are not always in the best papers. So what we mean is we don't have proper funding. That's why we try to sell his...
That's why we're selling my nipples right now, guys.
Yeah. If you guys only pay 40 more bucks, then... euros, sorry.
You can see them.
Then you can see Marnik's take of his shirt. But for realsies, we are looking into ways that potentially could earn us money while we support our game dev business. We earn the most money from game dev still, but it's not enough to have long
I think the
development
phrasing
cycles.
is weird. I think we're not doing this purely just to get more money. It's something that we've been asked before, because what is the staple Bite Me brand? You know this at this point, right? When I go to a game development conference,
White shirt.
If I wear, we have like this white black T-shirt with like a Bite Me Games logo on it. Nobody recognizes me, even though the logo is on it. I wear this white T-shirt. People know me. I'm that dude who always wears white T-shirts on Game Dev YouTube, right? And one question people have asked is like, "What's the shirt? Are you gonna do merch?" And it's like merch is one thing that we've always like, had like kind of in the back of our mind, but it's like, I want good quality. So that's also why you haven't done it for a long time. And we have like this spot probably after Kyoto Anomaly comes out where I have a bit of time to maybe spend on like a limited amount of time to spend on making actual merch, because I don't want to just get basic spreadshirts, like print on demand thing that you wash 2 times and it's gone. That's also why it's been taking so long. Like I can upload a PNG to Spreadshirt, but I want something a bit more stylish. I want something that I would wear on YouTube without being ashamed of it, basically, and like wear outside. I don't know about the unbranded white T-shirts, because at that point, just go to your local H&M and get the Pima cotton shirts. But it's like, we have some ideas. I'm going to let you keep going. This is not, because I don't think this is honestly going to have a big dent.
Oh, no, I don't think we will earn much money
I don't think that's like, this is not the approach. Like, oh, we need to sustain ourselves. Please buy our merch.
No, but
I would also limit the profit margins on it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't think we will earn much from it. But if we can find a good partner, it would give us something.
If we can just get good shirts, basically.
Yeah.
It's the idea.
Ooh.
I hear an uwu.
New 5 donation from Dakota. Thanks for all your content.
Thank you, Dakota.
Yeah, thank you.
Did it just get cut off? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. So yeah, basically, we would want to make something that is subtle, because there's a lot of merch that if you walk outside with it,
don't you want the giant Bite Me Games I'm a game dev on your shirt? You're gonna get so many girls, I promise you. Someone asked like, right, how do I get a Japanese girlfriend? You just buy our merch and wear it, and they're gonna swarm to you.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
So basically, we want to make something that's pretty low profile.
Yeah, low key.
Where it's not like obvious that you're a game dev. But we want to have something for every game we've made, basically, where it's a line art, which is all consistent styling, which is like you have a small unicycle.
Would you guys buy merch from us, yes or
no?
Yeah,
that's basically a question.
If it was white T-shirts and they're priced at $20, I don't know.
25 probably, because you have embroidery, right?
Yeah,
you would want to embroider it, because
it would be embroidered. That's the one thing I would not do, the printing, because I want everything we do is like also my clothes. The only ones that I have that are not white T-shirts are like embroidered, basically, because it's way more durable.
Yeah, that's why we want to do it basically embroidered. So it'd be like $20-25.
Yeah, and that's like, but it's like, it's easy to get this set up. It's like, is it worth it if we sell 2 T-shirts? I feel like most people honestly wouldn't care about it. So that's like kind of the thing that I'm not sure about. Is Bite Me Games the next X body spray now? Sweaty game dev, yeah. Because this thing, now I don't do merch. I also don't like buy other, like I only wear white T-shirts basically. But I don't know if like other people are the same. Should we pursue this? Yes or no? I don't know what your guys' thoughts is on this whole thing as well. I got their merch and a girl came up to me and asked if she could buy it. True story, in the NSFW, indeed. You're gonna get ultimate charisma on this.
Yeah. I don't know if you do like looks maxing or whatever you guys do, but...
should we make one of those mewing tools? You know mewing?
I know, I've heard it before.
Mewing is like to get the chiseled jaw.
Yeah.
You get like the rubber ball to bite on.
Explain this to me once, I think.
Did I? Oh, I'm just realizing it would be genius though. It's a rubber ball to bite on, and we put the Bite Me on it. Okay, I don't think we're going to get them mewing. I feel like mewing has also been out of fashion for the past 2 years.
Can we drop it from Team?
Of course, we can drop ship it straight from Ali.
I would like to make a club for game deving in high school, but I don't know how to go about it. It's a hard question.
Suck me game briefs, like underwear.
That could also work.
Yeah. God no. So yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it.
It's something we've been thinking about for a long time, but never.
How would you? Okay, so I would honestly be more scared, I think, as a girl, if I, get closer to a guy and we're like, oh, and he pulls down his pants and it just has underwear that says "suck me." I would honestly just run out of the room. Is this maybe something that you guys don't understand?
I think it's weird for sure.
Yeah. I feel like it would be very weird. Like, hey, babe, pulls down pants, suck me. It's just right there.
That's one way to go about it, I guess. If you're a bit shy.
Yeah.
What have I joined?
Welcome, let's see, to the Suck Me merch meeting. No, that's Riz.
What are we doing with our life?
Suck Me underwear, apparently.
You said you don't do merch, but you would buy the Suck Me underwear, Jeremy? Huh? Have we found the weak spot? Thumbnail is insane. Well, we're halfway there of actually doing it.
That's just fashion. I don't know. I feel like it's more sexual assault than good UX. Very clear. It's a tutorial on what to do.
Yeah. Merch is meh.
Yeah, it's about games. It's also a difference. Merch of like IP versus merch. Oh.
New 25 donation from Uffen. Merch.
This is your pre-order or what?
Thank you very much for the dono. That means we're almost there to take off the white shirt.
We're almost close to my nipples.
I don't know if you have to phrase it like that.
We can make the thumbnail a reality.
What is it, like $10?
I think something like that. What's gonna happen when game devs make all possible games in the universe? Dude, you have a lot of games to go still. So suck me underwear? Would you wear it? Genuinely. I give it to you. I'm like, thank you for... So. You don't think you... Why not? Because you think it's too awkward or because you think you can't pull it off? Or...
Can't pull it off? What do you mean?
What's like the reason you wouldn't do it?
I think it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Like... Yeah, that's not my style. Yeah. I just tell it. I just say it.
I think if we had a bit more of an alpha male Chad branding... to our game dev studio, maybe.
Yeah, but we only have soy boys, right?
When are we gonna make the Ashton Hall dollar morning routine? I would wear it every day. Do you have a girlfriend, or are you just doing it to be prepared? Imagine a Bite Me Indie Games conference. It would be called BiteCon.
How many people here have a girlfriend? Because then we can sell a bra with Bite Me on or something.
Dude, nobody would buy that. Also, the logistics of that, of stocking different bra sizes,
true,
is way harder than just selling medium, large, and extra large underwear.
That makes sense because it's like different cups and different.
Yeah, like the width.
The circumference.
Yeah. I like to be prepared. Yeah, Glenor is clearly a guy who fucks. Do you guys speak French or Dutch? Dutch is our native tongue.
Yeah.
Nobody here has a girlfriend. Probably, because why are you watching this on a Saturday otherwise? Wait, is Marnix your real wife? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's my real wife.
We just pretend. This is like we're the closeted gays. We go on these weekend escapades where we madly make love to each other the entire weekend. Now it's just our resting break. What do you think we're gonna do right before the camera's turned on? The camera is already positioned, aimed at the bed at the end of the day, guys.
You see these sheets? They weren't white this morning.
Still, merge that helps get a girlfriend. That does not exist. Then we should have to sell shaving courses. Barber subscriptions. Yeah. I hope she's gone. I hope she's eating right now. I have a boyfriend. Okay. Would you wear Suck Me underwear? Admin, I need to unlock premium Patreon content. We'll stay to the t-shirts for now.
Yeah. It would be t-shirts, and that's basically it.
I think the Suck Me is gonna be unique.
Yeah, I think you guys are...
Because then you also need to get, like, you know, the grandpa underwear that has, like, the hole in it. You know, like, it's not really popular in Belgium, I think, but it's like, you know, right? That you don't even have to pull them down. You can just floop it out like a little elephant. They're obviously each other's work wives. And that's it. That's what we both say to our girlfriends.
Yeah.
When we need to go on this executive retreat.
Yeah, we need to talk business. We are big businessmen.
Bite me in the streets, suck me in the sheets. Yeah.
Sometimes I really wonder what we're doing with our life.
I would wear them. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know if that one's gonna come. It would be very chat, because what other game developer do you know that sells underwear? Because Bite Me game devs get laid.
Is that our slogan?
Should we include it that, like, every piece of Suck Me merch you buy comes with a Suck Me game key? Or something like that then?
Like, from what game?
I don't know. We'll make a Suck Me game. How hard can it be?
Maybe that's the console we make. Something for adult only.
Oh, we make, like, one of those, you know, was it Tenga? It's a Japanese one, right? With the eggs and all of that? Yeah. We make one, it already exists, kinda. But we make one with a screen on it just for game developers. Please fund us if any angel investors are watching us.
Are you a VC fund? Do you want to invest a couple of...
in a new kind of entertainment system? Yeah.
The future of entertainment system. There's a...
No.
No, exactly.
Let's wrap up this maybe, or if you guys have any other merch questions, then let us know. I think Sub-Zero Black asked a pretty interesting question that I want to get your thoughts on.
Oh no.
Honestly, what do you think you're missing on your content to increase your growth? What about compared to other content creators? Why do we only have 42,000 subscribers, and why does our subscriber growth keep dropping, like, month over month slightly?
The growth, yeah.
Yeah. Like, why don't we have 100k subs right now? You guys can write in chat as well.
Yeah, you can write in chat. I think there's a couple of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I think the pond we are fishing in is not so big.
But what about Code Monkey? He has 10 times the audience.
Yeah, but he lives for longer. His channel is older, and he also does tutorials. And I think tutorials...
What about Sasquatch?
He has more tutorials than us.
Mm-hmm.
He has more subscribers than us. So...
You think we just need more tutorials to be bigger?
No,
I feel like that's not it.
No.
What about the Thomas Brush? Why does he have?
He also did a lot of tutorials, but for art.
Yeah.
Back in his early days. And I think...
Can you pull up Thomas... Go to viewstats.com, I think it is. I want to see how his growth has been recently. Thomas Brush. Because, like, someone like a Jason Wyman...
Yeah.
Jason, if you're watching this, you're washed, kind of. Because, like, subscriber growth has been basically flatlined for the past year. I don't know how it's been. Go for 1 year, let's say. Like 37k subs.
Yoink. One massive.
No, you have to... Here, this is...
Oh, okay, sorry.
So this is subscriber growth. So he gained about... I think it's pretty okay. 10% of his total audience in the last year. So it's slowed down a bit, but because you can see, like, year over year, it's lower, but it's not miserable, I would say.
But I think we attract a completely different audience than the Thomas Brush.
Really?
Yes. There's an overlap, for sure.
Yeah.
But there is a... How do I say this? Thomas Brush also attracts a lot of wannabe game devs that want to learn how to make games.
Yeah.
I think most of our audience is already working on a game when they start watching us. And we are not the first channel they click on to how to make a game. And I think just because you have a pool that is already dribble down because not everyone gets to that stage, you have less audience.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Isto. Oh, wow. Isto watches us. You know Isto?
No.
Why is this the first time you comment? They made they're big. They made the game with CDog VA as the voice actor. The Get to Work.
Oh, the on the wheelies thingy.
Yeah, the wheelies thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, Get to Work.
They saw Unicycle Pizza Time. We're like, we have to do this as well now. Not enough engagement bait. I feel like we have some. I'm gonna move this guy. Your contents are not aimed towards beginner game dev. I feel like they are.
I don't think they are. That's why I say that I think his audience.
I feel like my content often is like too.
No, I don't think so. I think you already way more in depth, and he's trying to sell a dream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's still. By the way, the website is View Stats. It's the one by Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he tries to sell a dream. You don't. Maybe you're doing like 1 or 2 videos.
Guys, don't you want to have the dream of sitting with your co-founder in bed selling your nipples for money? Really? Yeah. Like GMTK, the thing with GMTK is like I wouldn't consider GMTK a game development channel.
No.
Because I think his devlogs also perform way worse than his like deep dives into game design.
Yeah, I think he's a completely different kind of channel once again.
Yeah.
Like I think what he does great, but he's not going to tell you about this is how you need to market your game on Steam.
Yeah, because that's also not what he is here for. He's here to teach you to make good games.
I watched Thomas Rush for the false hope and Bite Me for the crushing reality. Yeah,
I think you watch Thomas Rush to get like all hyped, and then it's like, oh, Bite Me upload. It's like, oh, this is miserable. We balance each other.
Yeah, but if you look at it very black and white, I don't mean it in a bad way. So don't take this the wrong way if any creator is watching this, but a lot of people...
I've met GMTK.
The most successful game dev YouTubers, in my opinion, that are actually game dev, they try to sell a dream.
Blackthorn Prod.
He sells a dream.
But
he sells a dream.
Yeah, he definitely. I don't like him. That's why we will never collab with the guy. Just because I do not like... He goes too crazy into it. I think Thomas Brush is like Blackthorn Prod is just offensively bad.
Like I remember when I was a kid, I watched Blackthorn Prod for tutorials. They made tutorials in the beginning, but I think at some point they basically flatlined. Yeah. And they had to reinvent themselves, and they did, and that's good. And I think what they're doing is very profitable. But I wouldn't say they are still a game development channel like we are. They don't talk about that. They make 100 devs make a game in 1 month.
Yeah, and then they insert 3 ads for their own game, like their own course, basically, throughout the thing.
Yeah, Blackthorn sold years ago. It's a different kind of content.
Yeah.
It's way more normie. Because I know a lot of my colleagues, for example, at my full-time job, they know Blackthorn Prod and like, oh, have you seen this and this and this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's still different.
Wait, I saw someone, I can't see it anymore. Someone said that we needed to, here, Danny Deer. What if you upped your production value? I think this would help the growth. What do you talk about in terms of production value? Like video editing then? Would that be the one? Because that's like the problem. I get you. This is probably not going to make sense to anyone. If you do, we're homies. There's this game developer. There's not a game. There's this game. No, fuck. It's not game. There's this YouTuber who he's controversial, but I honestly, he's the reason Bite Me is where they are right now because of the videos that he made. It's called Hamza. He has 2 channels. He has like Hamza main and has like 2 million subs or something. And the main channel has like those hyper edited 7-minute videos.
Yeah, it's a lot of content with our integrated with that second channel.
Yeah, and then he has a second channel called Hamza Unfiltered. That's also kind of what the Patreon came from, basically, where it's just unedited 40-minute long videos. And for me, I think that pipeline was very short of going from find mainline channel Hamza video and then be like, this kind of sucks, the hyper edit. I want to go to the more edited one. Yeah, video editing, outsource it or something.
With what funds?
That's the problem. We would need to take a risk that also subscribers don't mean money at the end of the day. Realistically, what does more subscribers gain us? Because if it's more
better position for negotiating with sponsors.
Yeah. But there, I think sponsors is a very dry market right now as well. I think we're big enough for most of everyone who wants to sponsor a game developer. I think we can right now, like, if they have budget for sponsorship, we fit the channel, I think, for the most part. You guys made the wrong content if you want to sell your games. We don't want to sell our games.
Yeah, the point of the channel is not to market our games.
Yeah, we gave up on that a lot. That's how we started. After 6 months, we realized that was not how it was going to go. Yeah, money from sponsorship. The problem is, Danny Deer, you're a YouTuber as well. Have you tried getting a sponsorship? There's not a lot of money in game dev right now. And I think that's harder. Like, it's been 6 months since we did planetary processing. Before then, it's been 6 months since we had a sponsor. And it's not like I just sit idly waiting on a sponsor email to come in. I do active cold outreach and all of that. So, yeah. Get some cute girls in Japan in bikinis playing your game for TikTok shorts. But what are we doing then? And what are we getting from that? Because, yeah, we're getting more subscribers, but to what end? Like, what's the goal, I think, is kind of the issue. Shouldn't you do game dev courses if your channel isn't aimed at... Wait, what? Let me read this again. Shouldn't you do game dev courses if your channel isn't aimed... Okay, we'll do that. Thank you, Justin.
That's very...
Good idea. That is like one thing...
You want to talk about it?
What? No, I think it's something we've considered at point, but it's also like, yeah, how do you do it in a way that you don't... Like, I didn't even say it, but like a lot of people in the comments earlier was like, oh, what separates us from like a Thomas Brush or a Blackthorn? And people are like, oh, grifters selling the dream, whatever. And it's like, I don't want to end up like that either. How are you making money right now? It's more from selling games.
Yeah, the most is selling games, but that doesn't mean
it's yeah.
Let's just leave it at it's.
It's most from games. YouTube still is a decent chunk, but it's more games than the rest.
Steam is our biggest earner for a while by now. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think since last year already even.
Yeah.
Dream is to make games. Have you guys guessed yet? What about more entertainment content like Danny? They're
Okay, let's assume that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
What audience watches that? Is it the audience we currently have?
No.
Then you have an issue.
Yeah, and the problem is we can do that. I can't do that. I can tell you that I can't do. Have you guys seen the planetary processing devlog? I am so awkward on the green screen camera.
Yeah, I think the most normie video we've ever done was the UPT devlog.
Yeah, I just want to sit on a chair and talk about game development at the end of the day. Yeah. And the editing on YouTube is very limited, but it's like the bare minimum I feel like I need to do. The true unedited videos are for Patreon most, where I just go very long, because those don't perform as much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Thomas Brush is a grifter necessarily as well. I think what he's doing...
He wouldn't have gotten big, I think, otherwise.
Yeah, he gives good advice as well. I'm not saying he is. The people in chat said he was. Are you guys sustainable right now with your profits from games?
Not from games alone.
In total...
Teetering, but
sometimes not.
You have problems with channel inconsistency. Sometimes you give game advice, sometimes you're a reaction channel, sometimes you're selling your own game. YouTube is confused about how to recommend. I think that's an L take.
I don't think it's an L take necessarily.
I think we're not selling our own game much. We just upload trailers.
Or trailer.
I think devlogs. Like, no, we do postmortems.
Yeah, the last one was
the last one, but the last
real one.
Yeah, because the previous devlog, it was an ad, guys. I'm sorry to break the bubble to you. We got paid money for that. I think overall we've been pretty consistent. Like, even for trailers at this point, we have separate channels. Like Kyoto Anomaly, Japanese one, it's not on this channel even. We just started a new YouTube channel of it. What are the topics of your best performing videos? Can you expand upon them? Tier lists. tier list perform the best because tier list is very normie friendly.
Yep.
You can watch a tier list without really even caring about game development. But what do we tier list more? We've done a lot of genres. We can just like revisit tier lists, but that's also like kind of cheap, I think. Yeah, the second you go big on editing, output will slow down. And it's also like, I can't make games and then the outsourcing, it's also not...
Yeah, the thing is, we're in a balancing act. I think the dream is you can make a YouTube video wherever you want and you don't have to stick to a schedule.
Yeah, you want to be the Play with Versifer or the Jonas Tire Roller.
Yeah.
Or you just drop something and it's
when
whatever.
You want. Yeah. And the rest of your time is probably ideally spent on making games. That is not the reality we live in. So if he makes videos once a week now.
Once a week. Plus one more every week on Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/BiteMeGames. For just €10 a month, you can get 80 plus bonus videos. 80! You know how much that is? You can just watch for basically a week straight and not have seen all of the content on there.
Yeah, because usually there are also longer videos as well.
Yeah, videos there are like 30, 40, like if you want, and it's style. Patreon.com/BiteMeGames.
Yeah. Now I forgot what I was saying.
Tier lists, no. Subscriber growth,
editing.
YouTube growth.
Editing. Yeah, editing. So basically, if we invest more in editing, that means he spends less time on making games. No. Is that worth it, though?
Because making games makes more money for us.
Yeah, makes more money, and you don't want to over-edit or over-invest time in a video that you have to put out. I think if you really want to do YouTube correctly, then you make a video like you say, like the Jonas Tyrol or whatever, whenever you have something really interesting to talk about.
No. If you want to do YouTube correctly, you make highly edited videos.
Yeah, that as well, but that's not... Is that what you want?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No, yeah. But if you want to do YouTube for the growth, the question is, because it's like, Sasquatch B has creamed us at this point. Please don't clip this. At that point, just end the stream. In terms of subscribers, absolutely murdered us. We started basically 2 days apart from each other, and for a long time we were kind of close. Sasquatch B Studios, Sasquatch B Games. Because he's at 60K right now, basically. So he has 18,000 more subscribers than us.
Yeah, that's like almost 50%.
But what does that mean? Because go to his latest videos. I think view-wise, we cream him.
We're
like 2.6K, 2.6, like our worst performing videos don't get 2.6K. I mean, this is a sponsor, whatever. But like most of his recent videos, at least, have been performing pretty bad. But Tomai is more, can I actually, wait. ViewStats has this really cool feature where you can see like which videos has been seen the most in 2025, in like the last 24 hours.
Yeah, this one, of course.
And then this one, watch this before making your first indie game. Yeah. And I guess you get a lot of growth from that, but I just don't see where it comes from. Can you pull up another channel? I want to pull this up an example from, just put it up on YouTube, perhaps. YouTube itself. I think
are you looking at your personal?
Yeah, but I don't know, actually. Fine. No, bite me. It should be fine. Look up Versidium, VER. Yeah, basically the one that suggests. Like, this is a game dev channel that dove in really deep on the super high quality editing. You've probably seen like that one, 1.7 million views. Oh, his recent one is also like 1.2 million views. That is the other approach where you spend 2-3 months on one video. But I don't know what this like. He has made 6 videos in, I think this is 18 months or something. Can you hover over the 1 year ago? Then it says when it was uploaded. Or open the fold. Yeah, 20th of November. Long time. I don't know where I was going. Like, this is the other approach, but this is not something that I personally would enjoy at all. Like spending 2 months on one video, basically. And then, yeah, you can get 1 million plus views, or you get 200K and you just want to kill yourself, basically. Yeah. Are your CTR good? They're okay. I think they're at like 7% on average, 7-8%. The thumbnails we have work decently enough, but they're not perfect, definitely. Have you considered breaking down GDC videos and topics? Kind of like a React, but giving your own input. I feel like that's just a React.
Yeah, it's React content.
Yeah, no. It would need to be more transformative than just putting on a GDC talk, I think.
More game dev memes.
I had like...
I think it's fun to record, but I don't think it performed that
That
great.
video didn't perform well, I think, at all.
No.
Can you pull up YouTube Studio? We can just show it, I think. Studio, yeah, over there.
I can just show everything, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Analytics.
Yeah.
When was it?
No, you need to watch and content, I think, and then look for look for meme. 5K views, yeah, and these are videos that take a long time. And then some of the other views, yeah, it's the Ahoy strategy as well. A recent video that performed really well. Let's just sort by
spoiler. What video is going
sort by views. A video that I uploaded kind of as a shit post, but that performed really well was the recent. It's currently at 28,000, I think. Is the 8 game dev sites you didn't know of?
Oh yeah,
This video massively overperformed the average. Like 8 useful sites for game dev, and it's like that's a video that I threw together in 3 hours.
Hey, we can do this one again. Huh?
The worst game dev hot takes. Ooh.
That was also fun.
And then meanwhile, like UPT earnings.
Wow, this actually also got a lot of views. I don't remember it being that good in the beginning.
I think it has a good long tail, but the sequel didn't get anywhere as close.
Yeah, the sequel was not that great.
I don't think we'll do another version this year at Gamescom.
Yeah, it's also a lot of work.
Can you look at analytics? I think it's gonna be yeah.
Wow, like look how bad it was, and then just yoink.
Yeah, yoink, I guess.
Like it was uploaded on beginning of September.
Yeah, September.
So like half a year later, it was still here.
Yeah, pretty.
So it's really at the long end, yeah.
The best AI game dev tools. AI is one thing we're probably not gonna like try not to talk too much about because it's just pain and suffering.
Our game was pirated.
That one was one of the big first ones that we had a big breakthrough.
Yeah, and the other one was.
But like also like how I would approach game dev if I had to start over. Once again, shit post of a video. That's the thing. The current approach I feel right now is more of I just make content and some of it just hits.
Yeah, I think
like the small games went big. This was when we didn't even know that small games was a meta. Honestly,
I think in general it's how do I talk about it? These are all the normie games, normie videos in my opinion.
Yeah,
because all of those things you can like tier list is normie, roadmap normie. How successful? That's money. People like money.
Yeah.
How I would approach game dev normie. Game dev in 3 months normie.
It's very much beginner.
Small games win big.
I wouldn't call it normie, but still like beginner game dev.
Yeah, tier list again.
And then
this is just drama.
Drama. People like negative reactions.
This is an exception. We made like 2 tutorials.
We've made 2 more tutorials, but they never performed anywhere as well.
So this is an exception. And then drama again, tier lists. Like
more
you
drama?
see all of them.
We have more drama.
It's like a lot of tier list videos. So in general, those are the videos that perform well.
Yeah.
Are those the videos you want to make? Are you going to make these kind of videos from now on?
The thing is, what do we get from a tier list video at the end of the day?
You want to see how much it earned?
Yeah.
The best performing video, most viewed.
Because this one also has mid-roll ads, so it's gonna earn more, I think. Our tier lists have mid-rolls.
Boom.
500 euros. That's
actually more than I expected.
Actually, what's the CTR on this then? Not CTR. I feel like the earnings per 185. Yeah, that's below average.
Oh, you expected more?
Yeah, because our average for the entire channel is 2.
And this one, maybe this one earned more. It's like 7K views difference.
No, way less.
Oh.
Still, like the long tail is pretty cool. Like, because how long did we spend on those videos?
Yeah,
an hour of recording and then a day of editing.
Yeah, those things are hype.
Like, if we made another tier list...
Yeah, but here you have already a drop-off. Like, the fourth one is half.
Why did it suddenly spike up again?
Oh, good question.
This is YouTube, guys.
Yeah, also, like, big spike,
and then flatline for more than a year, basically.
No.
And then...
What is this?
It's like, because remember we used to zoom in on the first frame. I got rid of it a while back.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, please don't watch it.
I'm gonna...
No.
Look at us.
You're so cute.
Do you feel nostalgic when you see our first videos?
No, I just feel cringe. Immense cringe. No, let's not bring this one up again. Oh no, this is not the one I thought.
It's not the first one I think.
No. What about more Unity content, like best plugins? Best code design tier list? The problem then is that we kind of put ourselves into this hole of we want to be a mainly engine agnostic channel. Like Unity is our biggest one in terms of like game dev audience, but Unreal and Godot, I don't know why Godot boys watch this, because they must hate the living guts out of me at this point. Like, still do watch this channel, basically.
Yeah. YouTube has been randomly playing your old tier lists to me on autoplay the past few weeks. Give us more ideas for tier lists then. Because we have done every tier list possible.
Make a game dev YouTuber tier list and farm YouTube drama. Patreon.com/BiteMeGames. We've made 2 of them.
Yeah, already exists. We revisited it when they're a year later or something.
Yeah. Yeah, the non-normal fits. Yeah, that's like the thing. It's like the lead gen or whatever. Engine agnostic shits on Godot all the time. Yeah, but you know, you can be a bottom tier Godot user and still learn from how to make trailers or whatever from our videos. That's kind of the engine agnostic idea. So yeah. Watch for the personalities. Yeah.
What personality?
Day in the life of a game dev YouTuber. Bro, what is that doing on Patreon? That's like 10k in ad revenue. That's because I still want to collab with some of them at some point.
Yeah, I would have to pay to not work with us.
Yeah. We release videos in a scheduled way. It used to be for 2 years in a row, every Tuesday and Friday. Now it's just every Friday.
Yeah, and on Monday?
On Patreon. Patreon.com/BiteMeGames.
Yeah.
In case people missed it.
Or !Patreon, I think, right?
Does it still work? I have no idea, honestly.
I'll try it.
I kind of want to eat dinner. The problem is it's so sad because we're like kind of close.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of a, yeah.
It's a sad if you don't make the dono goal for your third, right?
Yeah, because then like there will be no nipple in the entire stream.
Yeah, then you clickbait it. Will you feel guilty?
I don't know. Isn't that what a good YouTuber does?
The Patreon thing is not working. Anyway.
Yeah.
You can find it. Just go to
anywhere. Patreon.com/BiteMeGames.
Yeah.
And that's all that's the plugs I'll do for now.
Dinner would be nice. I'd love to see a potty match.
Yeah, but he's not gonna come to Gamescom. How much left for Dono? Like 11 bucks. €11? Can we get 1 nipple for... why is it not updated?
I need to F5 the coffee.
86%.
What does that mean?
86% of... I think it's like 11. If we get 11, we should have it. Sasquatch B collab when... I don't think so. I think if I want to do collabs, I would only do them in real life as well. That's like one thing.
Yeah.
For me, I would rather do them IRL. Because I just think it's better. It's more fun to watch. I just watched to see if you'll finally fall asleep during the video. We will not.
You just want to watch us sleep? That's kind of creepy, you know?
You know, like streamers like Amaranth.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but you really want to... We just talked about how we don't think we're too appealing to the normie content, and then you want to start making...
Oh, did we get the goal?
New 10 donation from Dakota. Just a nip.
Dakota, I really hope. I want to see... Is the chat not going to load it? Oh, it's going to come.
100% reached!
We got the goal.
Congratulations, boys and girls.
What if they now look at my, like, I have this super hairy gorilla chest. They're like, no, here's $10 to put it back on again.
Should I make that the next dono goal?
No.
Marty's put his shirt on again.
if we put on Careless Whisper, we're gonna get copyright striked, right? And the stream is not gonna get any money.
Are we going to get money?
Like I mean, we got the dono goal already.
We got like $2.
You should put on like Careless Whisper while I take off my shirt.
Is your
just put it on YouTube? Yeah, because we should be sharing PC.
Oh, I need to go to actual YouTube.
Yeah, and it's Careless, not Careful Whisper. My dude, have you never put on romantic music for your girlfriend yet? Careless Whisper. I think that's the one, right?
George Michael.
I think that's it. Guys, we're getting copyright claimed for you guys.
Just for you guys.
Can you skip to highlights? I want to see.
Are you guys ready?
Check in OBS if the audio works as well. There's no audio there.
Oh, I know this for sure.
That's the plan. This is for you. I should keep eye contact. This feels very awkward now.
Can you honestly like
stop? Thank you very much.
No, you're doing great.
No, I'm not. I'm not ready for my full-on OnlyFans.
My dude. Oh God.
Thank you everyone for that who participate in this. Good job. I live alone, so no one can walk in on this. This is what you wanted. There's not a lot of muscle anymore. I'm sorry. I'll go back to the gym for you guys soon. Finally.
People have been waiting for 2.5 hours for this.
Has it been that long? My God. Well,
yeah.
I don't think we can complete.
Step one. Do you want the next dono goal to be something else?
I think realistically we're not gonna hit a second dono goal.
Is your grandma still watching?
I really hope not. We hebben hier veel geld aan verdiend, dus yippie. Hi, Gamer655. You clicked the thumbnail. Do not pretend. What did I walk into? Oh, I couldn't expect the guy who is shirtless to actually.
If you want an explanation.
What do you want me to do? Like, oh, your Godot engine is so beautiful. This game design, it just makes my
something.
It tickles me. Oh, you implemented a custom shader? That's so awesome.
What about custom edit?
Oh, you're telling me you spent the last 4 years locked inside, compiling your own C++ engine from scratch, and it doesn't support any 3D object imports yet? God, you're such a game developer. Can we now stop this? Thank you very much.
Never. I think I might learn that. Like wake up and you see like
7 shorts of this. This is the content I watch for. I don't think any other game developer is gonna do this anytime soon.
Someone's getting sushi though.
See, they never tell students at uni that this is what a career in game will lead to. Yeah. Do you have any advice for your past self in this particular moment? Have made more money before go into game development. How goes Anomaly sales lately? How do you think it's going?
Yeah, what do you think?
Tell me. How did it? I like how the views like spiked up again in the last 5 minutes as well. Dakota is the real MVP now.
I think you're being very generous, by the way, now, right?
Yeah, because the previous time there was no nips.
Yeah, exactly.
We're more desperate now.
I was about to say, like last time you were like, no nipples.
Indie Game Click will make a case study in this. I doubt it. He's just gonna do the bet stream now as well. I'm gonna start a new meta on gamedev YouTube. Who's next?
Okay,
Thomas Stewart.
What YouTuber are you like looking most forward to the
Code Monkey? Code Monkey.
Yeah,
have you seen how ripped the dude is? My God, I would pay $100 for his nipples alone.
Please don't use company money for that.
No, it'll be fine. I'll make it work out with the accountant. It's a business expense for networking. We don't stream on Twitch right now because the internet isn't good enough. We want to get back to it, but yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, full transparency, we used to do it, but we're now at Marx's apartment.
I have an upload speed of 7 megabits a second.
Yeah.
One upload stream on YouTube is like 4.5. You do the math. I tried to do 2, both streams die.
Yeah. So hopefully when he moves in Japan, he can do it, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. No joke, you could pull off a hot tub interview series. The problem is, have you looked at game developers? Game dev YouTubers? I don't think a lot of people want to see that in a hot tub. Like there's pull up Austin Show in the tub or something is what it's called. He does it with like Valkyrie and Maya Higa and other like Cutie Cinderella. The guy knows. He does it with like Ludwig. He knows who he's doing it with, basically.
Which one you want to see?
Like, I don't know. I just pull on like
the first one.
Like his YouTube channel. He's done a lot of them. Probably he has like a playlist or something. Go to playlists. Does he have? Yeah, in the tub. Watch the entire playlist.
This one, right?
No, don't click that because I have a plugin. You can't switch. Click the whole Halo playlist. Bekijken. What is this? This is like Valkyrie, Sea Dog BA, Duck. This is not... I don't think this would perform... Like Pokimane. It honestly didn't perform that well. It still performed way better, honestly, than the guy, Will Neff. And then Pokimane is like 3 times the views.
Can you see a trend? No.
Can you...
Oh, wait, yeah, you can. I was about to say...
I think the guys all perform way worse.
Sea Dog did fine, though.
I don't think he did fine. He did meh. Like, all of the girls... I am not doing a hot tub stream with a female game developer.
Oh, Ludwig did best.
I think Poki is still better.
Yeah,
Pokimane, yeah. I don't... Sam Yam, I don't know if you want to see this, but I would feel too uncomfortable to do this. So we're gonna keep the hot tub streams away for a while.
Yeah, for now, right?
For a long time.
Oh.
Right now we're still in Belgium, Glenor. Game dev OnlyFans could be a new social network. I know at least one game developer, in all seriousness, who uses OnlyFans to fund her game development studio, which is a thing.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing?
I don't know the exact name. I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have further talking points, topics, or whatever, or do we?
I mean, maybe if chat says something really cool and funny.
Yeah, but you got the nipples. You got what you came for. Now you can.
Now they're like doing it. The
now they're all booting.
Yeah, on repeat. So
yeah, Rowan Anthony giving the no. You just have to come back. There ain't no. It's a thing. I found it once on XD Everything app because everything is on XD Everything app, and I know it exists. Have you ever considered making a farming game? I don't think so. I think it's also not our genre per se.
I like playing Stardew Valley. That doesn't mean I want to make it. And I also think the genre is oversaturated now. Too many big shots.
Getting farming sims out there is really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, Stardew Valley was the revival, but now with things like the Disney one, it's not exactly farming, it's like similar.
Yeah, there's a lot of great. Like you were already competing with Stardew Valley,
Lord of the Rings,
and now you're competing with so many more as well. Yeah. Danny Deer, it's like kind of I'm come back in August for Gamescom, but normally I should be moving to Japan indefinitely.
Yeah, he hopes that it's pretty permanent.
Do I have to screenshot, or are your nipples a permanent feature of the channel? We're not unlisting this stream, if that's your question. We can always come back to this when you're feeling down.
And you want to feel up? Huh?
Oh, someone else also knows a Twitch streamer who does OnlyFans for game funding. I don't know if that's the same, yes or no. But hi, Ruff. You joined in at an awkward time, maybe, if this is the first thing you see.
No,
face mask with cucumbers over the eyes interviews. But you can't talk with a face. So, I do face masks. Have you ever done a face mask? And I'm not talking about facials. That's a different story. But face masks. No. So, the problem we have, face masks are meant... They're Korean skincare, for the main part. Small, cute, round faces with tiny, flat noses. I put on face masks, like the part like next to my nose, I can't cover it because my nose just sticks out way too much. And then like my head also is just too big. So it would be very weird to do that. Yeah. I don't think we'll do the face mask streams anytime soon. I think let's just start with a normal stream, sitting on like a chair, like a normal interview, collab, whatever, sitting on a chair or a couch in a cozy place something like that, or a park or something. So, and we'll take it from there. I don't think there's a hot tub stream coming anytime soon. Yeah, we're not doing interviews in an onsen because that's an easy way to get deported as well.
Yeah, that doesn't sound ideal.
Yeah, the Twitch to OnlyFans pipeline is robust. Yeah, once we get back to Twitch, I'll just start game dev streaming shirtless every day. And I'm like, yeah, guys, I promise it's because it's 35 degrees and it's way too hot here. Why would we become a game dev VTuber? I think there's way more value in being a flesh tuber than a VTuber.
I don't know.
You don't know?
You want to be a cute female waifu? Maybe you have enough, even more gooners.
I think my chat prefers my ASMR shirtless staring into the screen. Your C++ compiler is good. You can make an interview while playing Minecraft. Isn't that... no, it's called like Fortnite Sundays or something. There's like a dude who interviews like really famous politicians. Fortnite Fridays by like Call Me Carson or something. And he gets like a US senator or something, I forgot the name, to play Fortnite and talk about like politics.
Oh, Bernie Sanders.
No, it wasn't Bernie Sanders, I think.
But he did something...
Bernie Sanders went on stream with... Oh, George Santos, that was it. Bernie Sanders went on stream with the... Fuck, what's the guy? The big buff dude that is being hated right now.
Marnik?
No. Hassan Abi. And also Austin Show, the guy from the In the Tub series.
Oh.
Bernie Sanders had a call with him as well, so yeah. You could do a topless dev channel like the newscasters on Idiocracy. I don't know. Oh my god, wrong channel, my bad. You're on the right channel, Carbuncle. Don't pretend. You know what video you clicked. There are thumbnails. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with custom engine boards. I think you're a special boy and deserve to be treated for that. Yeah, Hassan, Casey Snipes indeed. So yeah. What are you guys' favorite game dev YouTuber? You can't say Bite Me. I've said this before. There's no channel like Bite Me. I think me personally, Marnix, the person who's currently shirtless and makes games, Bite Me is the channel that I would watch because that's why I make the videos that I make. I think for a certain part, there are channels that come close, like a Thomas Stewart, but he hasn't uploaded in like a long time at this point, or like no meaningful uploads. I don't count interviews as meaningful uploads. What's going on here? Tovarisk, you also knew what you clicked on when you clicked on this. I think Thomas Stewart and Indie Game Clinic are currently my favorite YouTubers. Aramas I'm on the fence about. I think those would be ones. Code Monkey, he does hits or misses. For me personally. Like, his videos overall are kind of a lot of things. He has some good ones. He has some that, this is less, I can make a better video. What about you, Thomas?
I don't really watch a lot of game dev YouTube. The last video I've watched from a game dev YouTuber, I think, was from Indie Game.
Yeah, I think Indie Game Clinic definitely is the current one that has heat, at least. I think Thomas Stewart used to have heat for a while, where he was growing really fast. I think right now, that's Indie Game Clinic. But I think Indie Game Clinic is going to run into a wall faster than us in regards to subscriber growth. We were talking about this like niche thing earlier. I think what he does is even more niche, of like very specific game design things as well. Yeah. I want to start making silly game dev videos. Do you think there's an audience for it? I think there is. But yeah. Yeah, Indie Game Clinic is very, like, he's still very human as well. I think that's nice as well. I think you need to be human and, like, comfort streamers as well. Yeah. I clicked the live button for defense. So, yeah. I think that are those questions.
Are you a hungry bear?
I think we can wrap it up soon. Jesus Christ, that guy is so buff.
Oh, we're doing trio. Chat can't see it, but we're looking at
the Austin Show with Knut, apparently. Knut. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope I say his name right.
He's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
How about a Dutch oven game? What? No. Is it good for solo dev to make YouTube? No, if you're solo, don't do it. I think it's just miserable, and we are multiple developers. That's what helps us do it. What about Scientia Ludos? That's true, but he just doesn't upload anymore. I think also Scientia Ludos for me has less value. As a problem, like I'm not like on his level, but like some of the things he talked about, I've talked about like in multiple videos as well. I think he would be another channel that if he uploaded more, I would watch him. Yeah, I watched him, but he just hasn't uploaded in so long. What do you mean, why is the blanket so high? You can see both nipples. What else do you want?
The tummy.
Yeah, I like it, but it has a limit of growth. I think so as well. And I think especially monetization for something like an indie game clinic, he probably doesn't want to do it right now. I don't know if he's going to watch the VOD later or not. I think he basically has forced himself in the genre that he's in to make courses at some point. I think there's no other way to make it sustainable. Either do courses or coaching. Because he's not going to be making games. And like, or go back to freelancing. But let's assume like from YouTube itself, his channel is going to be courses or coaching. And the problem is then you have to deal with the stigma around courses and all of that. Yeah. Yeah, I know Blarges, but I don't watch his videos as much. So yeah. Anyways, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Well, we still need to get it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone, thank you for tuning in into the bed stream.
Yeah, thank you for undressing Marnix right beside me.
Yeah, saves you time. Once the camera goes up, we have to pretend like, oh, we end the stream, but we don't end the stream. Yeah. And we just furiously start making out or something. And it's like, oh no, the camera's on. And then I think that we would grow as YouTubers.
Yeah,
we would get clips on LSF. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back together in August.
Are we taking a break?
Well, the thing is, we need to convince our girlfriends that we are not gay, regardless of...
You're making it quite hard, you know?
Yeah, you know. So yeah, if you go to Gamescom, we'll do a birthday live stream for Thomas, where we will milk his nipples for money.
No, that's not the plan. We're doing a birthday party, and we want you guys to join.
Oh, do an uwu.
$20.
No.
Okay, I'll do an uwu.
He's too good at this, honestly.
I practice each and every day, just for this moment.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you aren't in our Discord yet to talk about like all of this and whatever, you're making it quite hard. God damn it. Join our Discord maybe, and you'll be notified as well of when we do these streams again. There's a link in the description down below. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Oh yeah, I need to click the buy button.
Yeah, the end stream.
Oh, it's a confirmation.